Hello, how's everybody doing? I hope everyone is doing well by the grace. Um, Today's topic of discussion is going to be transition is never easy. So I'm going to talk about different things, um, transitions, transition and changes in relationships, marriages, work, relocation. Brother Zekamwani, Mimwakaba, Apamote saying, um, I hope say yes, so I do need share or wherever my breast a bread. Intino so like Mitina say, I just want to like relax, feel comfortable. That's when you see me sitting this way. When I'm sitting by the computer, then it's a different story. Yeah, but like when I want to truly relax, this is where I sit. Um, I know, like transitions are not. It's not easy. A lot of people, talk in terms of, oh, like when you break up with somebody, you can easily move. It's not gonna be easy, but like you can just find somebody else. It's not that easy. At least not for everyone. Some people are quick to like move on, but other people it's really difficult for them to be able to move on from one relationship to another, or even like if they have to relocate because of work, relocate because they being stuck, an ex is stuck in them. They have to relocate because of so many other factors, situations. um, so we can expect people to like just be able to do that. So it really sucks when you need to make changes in life, but changes are part of life. Like if changes are not part of life, we'll still be babies. In every age, each year we add one plus to our year, and we get older. Some people are not so lucky to be of the age that we are now, but some people are able to live up to 100, over 100. God bless them. Because, man, to live to that age and be able to still walk on your own, bathe, do things on your own without anybody having to take care of you, that's a blessing. Because, in life, in order for someone to really get you, you have to either be sick or dead, right? This is the only two things. But so it's important for us to like, be able to make sure that we exercising, doing what we need to do, checking our health, going to see your GP, general practitioner, your physician, for our kids, their primary care providers, PCP, to make sure that, they are healthy. Some people, they procrastinate, they don't check they don't check themselves, get checked out on a yearly basis. You have to do your annual physical every single year. It's important because I mean, even when we buy cars, it need maintenance, right? You don't get maintenance, the car is going to break down. So we need to make sure that we get in maintenance. I mean, for us to get that, Brother Michael Amu is saying, how you doing? It's good to see you. We need to make sure that boss of it, the marvelous, knowledgeable, beautiful, strong, well, motivational boss lady one. Boss, memo akwaba, apomu ete saying, I hope say yes, what dom, and in a sure, ye palm. Me mamunyina obia akwaba. As I said, no, and then no, today I'm going to discuss about transition is never easy. The reason why I'm talking about this is because it's almost every decisions that we make, jobs that we take, people we date, when we make decisions to get married or start having family, having children, all that is part of transition. And then we do have some people that once they go through that transition, they're not able to handle the changes, and they struggle putting their life together. And then things don't work out the way that they would like for it to work out. It's not that, they were not prepared. Sometimes, depending the situation, some people may not be prepared, but many times, a lot of people, they don't have the ability, the capacity. It could be emotional, it could be psychological. Some people, they may not be mature enough or really ready to start having family. And then they start having family because of family pressure, friends, social media. To make decisions for yourself, you always have to make sure that you are in a place. Oh, excuse me for a second. Rami, our topic in the transition is never easy. It is a oh, bet me akasa me it is Martin Titi. Now we are there. Enti na say a boss lady busu ase no wo so ba ye nhye de ho. Sorry. Hey, New Year. Oh my God. What did you do? Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. You are yes, yes. Me Cecia na me ba so be say 8 minutes ago. Oh no. I am me ba says 30 minutes of for ba Saturday na e ba no miensa. So would me no kita the same time. Yeah, but I say Fridays and me ba says 30 and then me ba a bit late. Oh, okay, I see. I we say crash time me ba boy no a t-shirt in the mafashe. Mate, me that's it. Rami baby. The blues. Oh my God. I'm going to talk about you with transition. Say transition, maybe now cause you move. Okay, bye. Oh my gosh. Boss lady, is this around me? No. She's going through transition. Okay, so hi, baby sister. How you doing? Oh, I have to send the thing to mommy because mommy wants to come and talk today. So I have to send it to her. So then we can be more kwaba. And then on me per comments. And minimum yana program need to move more comments into so to say like type of transitions I'm gonna go through. Even sometimes the when we playing games, right? And we want to we hungry. Some people like they watching their favorite shows and they're hungry, but the show is like so going well. For them to move from one spot to another, no, it becomes a problem for them, right? And then you have our kids. We have some of our kids, when it comes to transition, moving from one class to another, or like, moving from going out, right? Getting ready, taking shower, getting dressed, getting ready to go outside. It's a problem for them, because if they're not in the mood, or they want to go out, it's cold outside, and they don't necessarily feel like they need to go out, they're gonna struggle, right? So it's like everybody process things differently, everybody deal with situation differently. When you have lost loved ones, you lose a loved one, going through the transition period, because say when the person, a loved one pass away, once they are at the morgue, right? You still like, the pain and the sadness is so great, because you used to seeing the person or talking to the person every now and then, depending the type of relationships that you have. And as the person, as time it gets closer to the funeral, back home, we will lay them, do the view and stuff. Even here abroad, they do it. You go and view the body of your loved ones, and then once everything is done and they are buried, that you're never gonna see the person again. That's like the biggest transition. Like, you're going to have to live the rest of your life, without that person. Like, for me, when it comes to transition, like, there are some things, sometimes we don't even see that certain things affect us, but it does. Because like, for the past couple months before 2022, I'm very like, lively person, active, always smiling and doing crazy stuff when it comes to like sex and sex and other, crazy stuff. You will find me in it, especially third Fridays when boss lady comes and talk about sex. And one of our brother today was like, oh, we know you were gonna come on. I don't mention, because like, when it comes to sex and that, you love it. And I said, well, of course, I'm not going to deny that I love having sex. I love making love. I love having quickies with, Kay. But like, you do certain things, you interact with people, you are able to like kind of like be active and be engaging. But at times, like, when you do so much, you get stressed out. And because you're doing so much, you don't see it. It will creep up on you. Being stressed, it does creep up on you. And I just realized that, like, my grandmother from my mother's side passed away like when I was 6 months, right? So she passed away like almost over 40 something years ago. And I just find myself like, thinking a lot about grandparents, right? Because my children, they have their grandparents from my side, my end, both their grandparents, and then from their dad's side, they no longer have their grandparents on their dad's side. So like, I was kind of like thinking through that, they know their grandfather on their dad's side, but they didn't get a chance to meet their grandmother from their father's side, because since they've been born, they never been to Ghana, so they haven't had the opportunity to be there. So like, being that they don't know her that much, it's not going to hurt them that much. But when you are used to seeing certain family member and they no longer there, it's very difficult. So my grandmother from my mother's side, I never had the opportunity to know her, because at 6 months, what do I know? My grandfather from my mother's side, I don't know him. I didn't know him at all. I think before I was even born, he was no more. So my mother has to, like, um, go through periods of transition over the years, so many years without having her parents, to kind of like rely on them when she's going through some difficulty situations. So my father has always been my mother's parent, because in everything that she goes through, my dad is the person that, she rely on and talk to through that. She has brothers, her older brother, whom she was very close to, passed away in 97, 96 or 97, because I remember when he passed away a year and so later, I went to Ghana. And then, she has her other older brother that she's now closer to. Thank God he's alive, so my mom can rely on him and everything. So it's like I was thinking about my grandmother from my mother's side, because my older sister was a bit older. She was like almost 6 when our grandmother passed away. So she was able to see how our grandmother looks like, her carrying her in the back, picking her up, she going to the market with her and everything. So sometimes when we having conversations, she'd be like, oh, and my grandmother, I'd be like, stop saying your grandmother, just say our grandmother, because she wasn't just only your grandmother. And then we will all look at each other and, bust up laughing, because she keeps saying that because she knows her and myself, crisscross, and our brother does not, know our grandmother. So, I was like, I never had the chance, to truly kind of like stay with my grandmother. Like, how would she have, dealt with us, being in Ghana, coming to our hometown? How would that have felt, And I know the way my sister, my mom, and everyone that knows my grandmother will talk about her, I feel the warmth, but I never had the opportunity to feel that. And that really like got to me last year. And I was like dumbfounded that, like, for so many years, I heard stories. My mom sometimes, still get um she gets really sad sometimes when we're talking, and it gets to certain point she will remember about something about her mom, and then before we know it, tears are rolling down, and we have to like try to change the subject to bring something else, just to get her mind off. But all of us know that when you have memories of your loved ones, you need to grieve. When the tears are coming down, you have to be able to like let it roll. And when the laughter comes, you have to be able to laugh, let it out. Because if you keep things inside, what's going to happen that is going to keep bottling up and is going to turn into something else. So it's like, my dad's side, my grandfather, whom I was named after, I remember him very well. The 5.5 years that I stayed in our hometown, or that the one person that like I miss the most, the one person that was receptive to me, when it comes to my father's father, like he received me so well. And anywhere that he sees me, like he made me felt welcome. to be part of the family. But then, sometimes you see certain people, the way that they will look at you and treat you, or the way like people see the way you are and how you look, and they might see you not looking well. All they can say is they will ask you, have you eaten? You be like, no. And you would think they're going to offer you food, and nothing comes. You see what I'm saying? Our society is so dysfunctional. So it's like you go through transition. It's never easy. I have had my share of transition. I have shared some of them here. And this morning, Sister Awumrekwa was, did a program, and you guys need to go watch it. Really need to go watch it, because a lot of times we don't realize, like, the little things that we don't pay attention to. Those are some of the things that we can learn a whole lot of things from, and we'll be able to get a lot out of it. So she talks, and something that came about was, because Star Miracle and I talk a lot. And I know, right, baby sister, it is sad. I have to stop talking about grandma for a bit, because I heard my voice cracking, and I don't want to get, too teary, shoot. I don't even know why I chose transition today, but that's something that has been pressing on me. So I had to talk about it. And Sister Awo was talking in terms of Sister Aisha, Uncle Neil, then I forgot this already, but so I have had conversation with Sister Awumrekwa couple times on camera and off camera, and she knows I have shared that, like, when I came to America, I never had to, like, work for my green card, because I came here, at the airport. When I got there, I had to sign my name. I signed, Africans, we have long name, because you have Adwoa, like I have four names. So I wrote everything with my signature at the time. Now it says 16, like 16 plus. What can you write? Like, I just wrote everything up to a point. When I got to my last name, I couldn't write nothing else, with the exception of my last name initial, because the rest would not, there was no space to write it. So in terms of, like, coming here, getting job, getting my green card, I didn't have to do that. My parents sacrificed. They sacrifice. They work hard for them to, like, file for me and my siblings. So we didn't have to worry about that. But then, like, instances and situations that you go through, because when I transitioned to come to abroad to join my parents, I came with a lot of baggages. The first thing that was on the bag was in the baggage that you open up the zip. The first thing that jump out was anger. I was always angry. You never see me smile. I'm like, always my face looked like, I'm about to, like, get into a fight. That anger just kept growing. It kept growing. And thanks to my dad, he was able to, like, identify, and he spoke to me. My dad literally sat me down. My mom normally have to do that, but that day my father, he sat me down, my younger brother down, because at the time crisscross. And my older sister, they haven't joined us there. They were still in Oda. And my dad said that my younger brother and myself down, and he spoke to us about anger, our age, how it's going to be a bit more easier for us to like work on our anger. He's older and he has years of practicing, so it's going to take him longer to work on it. So he basically, was proactive to give us some insight that, things that um you work on with due time. If you start ahead of time, you will be able to get better at it, because we become what we feed into us, because I was always angry. And then there was another thing. Oh, Jesus Christ. The one thing I would say before I go on, if you live in abroad and you have children and you and your partner both lives in abroad, please, the two of you need to have a discussion and work opposite each other, work different shit, where one is always home with your child or children. Parents should be raising their own children and teaching them, holding our children accountable. When they do wrong, we need to discuss it, not just buy our children love, because when they grow up, trust me, everything that you taught them, if a child throw a tantrum and you're going to like ask them to stop crying, you're going to buy them video games, they're going to expect that as grown men. They're going to be like little kids, immature. I didn't get in my marriage to raise K, because that's K's parents' responsibility, and his father be him used him to be in the military. He had good training. Yeah, my dad being a teacher, everybody knows teachers are strict. My mom was a nurse, but she also was strict. She was disciplined. You would think, one parent will be mellow and the other. My mom, she has everything mixed in. If we does something, she doesn't say all the time. The one time my mom, I think she was pissed. I pissed her off. The one time she said, wait till your dad gets home. My mom, like, she would deal with the problem, but I won the lotto, not too much. I just paid 50 cents and I won $290. This is way back, and that amount of money with me now working, it was a lot of money for me. So I went in the morning. My mom, sent me to the store. I went to get onions. I brought it home. I came home. She wanted me to go get something else. And I'm trying to look for my ticket, because around that time, the lotto place was open. So I'm trying to get the winning ticket to go get my $290, which I'm super excited about. I have already planned what I'm going to get. And when I tried to get it out of my pocket, it was not there. I looked everywhere. I couldn't find it. I went outside and walked all the way the same spot that I walked. I couldn't find it. I came home and my mom wanted me to go out and buy something else she forgot. So I told her I wasn't going. I told her I wasn't going because I was like emotional and really upset. And she's sending me out while I'm saying I lost my ticket, my loaner ticket. And, she she was like, "You gonna go?" And I was like, "No, I'm not." And she was okay. Sit there, wait till your dad gets home. But I find the ticket. It just so happened my pocket, the thread has like loosened up. So the ticket, hey, bring some. The ticket went in between the jacket, so I started filling my jacket and I felt a paper, so I have to pull my hands through the behind the jacket, and I found it, and I went and got my $290. That money did not even last me for 2 weeks. I use it as easy as I got it. I used it just like that. All right. So, oh, I said I was sending this to my mom. I'm sorry, guys. I have to send this to my mother. Okay, mommy. Okay. Let me send it to her so she'll be able to watch it with us, and then she can come and give her view. Oh, Sister Aisha, me that's you. Okay, so in terms of like, some of us, some of you, and so some of us, let me do it. Some of us, have the opportunity to grow up and really, know their grandparents. But like, as I was saying, my father's father, excuse me. Hey, what can I answer? Hello? Yes, Rami baby. What's up?
Yeah, it's Rami Bebe. Yeah, no, can Bebe.
Yo, Mate, Rami Bebe. So, Rami.
Okay, yeah, no, can baby Bebe.
Memo Akwaba.
Yes, I'm going. I'm also what to say.
Oh, yes, I do need to ensure me here. Now then, I'm on my field this year, sir.
Oh, Miss Murphy said, man, we are in there. You're blocking me, Bill.
What did you do this time?
I said, Ghana blast our born. It says, I don't know for 4 points, but I'm not so for you. Ghana blast our born. I'm saying, Ghana too. And I will be on the honest work with the names. I didn't know because I Ghana. Anytime you ever block me, most sometimes say Ghana blaster because some of that you say, may the minister support Ghana blaster. And a guy being me for that the day you was saying it's now. I didn't tell me Ghana and I'm going to be saying Ghana. And no talk about no Dimata, I'm spending me. Who's a mistake? Go be Dimata Sana, Manona, and I made Nipana Timbi. You don't know, I'm making words be in English now. I'm blocking me to know. 30 days. First, come block me. 5 days, need 2 days. See how they unblock me up. Boom, 30 days.
No, I mean, it's on my block like a couple times into sometimes, the more it happens, normally days maybe come home.
Exactly. I'm coming in 100 years. If I may be for my son, I didn't have for me now, but I'll just wait. Let's put inside you. I know can't assembly about grandmothers. Me experience with my grandmother, which is my mother's side, is different.
Wow.
It's very different. Yeah. Because now my grandmother I said the man or woman now or one favorite a woman or tell myself.
Wow.
Yeah. We say young for food and my time be more I'm to meet you some favorite child, I'm promise and Nadia can promise him. But me who the raising here, I say, over a crafty young. A Diana, the Paconi Bay yet, Moja, a Diana Bay Yankee, I want to meet and Donald at Sauba. My experience of that, I'm a grandmother. Now, me, mamma, second, the family, me, mamma, near opinion. One woman, not on support me, Nana.
Wow.
Me, Nana, no mamma, Sem, and okay, the Baba could catch you, ask them. Me, mamma, second born, me, Nana, 8. So,
okay.
It's not 7.
I can because
6, they're not promising, not 2. Me, mamma. Me mammy ban because some year a different fathers so it's not the biana forces so called crowd different side I know my dream to me back me mammy a different father from another side.
Okay.
Yeah, different or no different only my mommy and son are different crown. It's not say me mammy on the papa side, which I don't know the reason. So meaning you me mammy near movie. So
no correct.
Yeah, it's not I say me mammy need me a bear man. I mean I'm not to nothing but grassy. But no pay other ones nothing will free a crown or bar. Not what told me a name or their brom. But me mammy dear Debbie, and then in your bear man. No, which is my uncle, or no one who saw Canada. On fee or mobile who say, like on show or don't Emma, me a crambe wonka crack. If you won't crack grass and I mean, be stuck across and mammy bits by back Canada, be a number war, gunning, I mean, near me be another bar or cross bar to Tony and no their bread, the man of floor, the man of bar, me, my many and bear money, dear. Me, my men and show love a monks at some mammy woo ye. Me, mammy woo jamina. Yeah, me, mammy really fast, no 52 and some woo.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not still na me be say bia me ma me ukra de bia obetimi ahyo do kakra ade amame at least se ne nya basla o free e kra no ba no waye odi nnuani free cross no de aba abema the same man o pe o ma se ne mam ne nana no sa ne nana na me de metiwo Christmas background and not to turn tare de address and na so na me tiwo
wow
satan na me ba menyano waba Canada dada you can't to quite great climate no na send me scammer me de etutonia ma se me peshe me school ni sani menina so it's na say be you man am na say miss me dey me ni ma de country me ma me aye no ti a say na all this idea no I say all the hatred if me ma me so the ba yeah onu ni na which is me menua me ni menua mo. So it's not so as a love now say grandmothers in your ma or one on show. Yeah, when men ya be that so love from men now men ya be
that's terrible.
Yeah. So it's only men mommy and some different things. Meaning me mommy papa the year no meaning be a problem yeah. But you really want to say now on pet me my side, yes, and on pay, yes, and Eddie Body, Nana soon, near the being boy, no name.
Hi, mommy.
Yeah, so for some reason, I mean, yes, but then one man, I mean, you have money for me, Canada, that's a no Ghana, no say. And mommy might be I mean, that it's here to Sunny say, or send up men and none, which is men and a bema, or name men and not snide, or ye men and none, Bonnie be great, just a minute, none of the hatred, no. Actually,
what they are sending you. Oh, wow.
It's been another one show love back to say, I'm mommy, I'm a man who da. So, yes, I mean, my papa side, no, me papa side, ne mommy, and they show love back, mammy tea. Even on free service, you know. Or not even crano, say me fear dimba quite friendly money, a mammy, a 74 June mammy, or kind of moon. And me papa, yeah, me papa, and mammy. Your mother and I show love, Kakra mammy bar. My father said, me mammy side, dear. Me now one show love, be a crammy. She shall be to Canada and army for years, I'm when they in me man fat dear, or the year me and she me, so I ain't to Tuska. But they make yesterday the call who can ask when they bring me back to memories like how like that time now the way men are not just the banning me the way I not to say the way she was handling like handling issues with me it was so kind of like it was really I would say painful. It's really painful. It hurts.
It is.
Yeah, this one and then you know not check was enemy was win or done not our brand running na and she said me papa na yen bonia me Francis say me papa and I yet me na no bonia. She doesn't have to bring it on me because me near the body. So
no class some that won't can but you see your crew when say you move a brain new sad no I mean I think say sa poor characteristic and say be a wo ba na say wo nua bi ana say wo ho kafo aye wo boni bi na say why all boni ana so aka asem bi kra kire na eye wo ya men fan show we need to talk about things that obi kan ya ana so obi yeah eye wo ya just to get over it but because who can so ti who dey show mu a wo betimi afa so aye boni so ho because it say obi wo ho no ma otimi ehwa wo onim se wo hia moaba esa se wo ya asoma si benti no oba mistreat you and I say like the way I as a wo krampo no wuni ma me maka I life pen say there was a point in my life me ma me ne me papa nyina wa abrochire no me wo fa no ma eho a yekotena ye no me wo fa mo doso ba ku bi a wo wom the way he treated us no na che say I felt crampo say che say I say ya wo fu kranti wiase so obi ba ya dan krom honom na say wan kan kire wo say ye maame ne ye papa wa abrochire a you will not believe it because I mean Charlotte shame kurampo na to na tu but he say you have some family members are no mo so wo dan krom honom they see you the way you are e komo edil any everything and they look the other way so I no that's what I'm saying you because ye kwatena ye krom ya kwatena ye fi kumasi me shop on like me mama na tay Mancranso Hospital and you know no like when we talk about Mancranso Hospital no my mom is the person that went and opened it because she was big one of the big nurses in Ghana so when you met channel and you know to say yet now will say to two like I want to know papa chira the time and a boys school and you know to say beside o say to esanse ekropon krofom na minim baby abiem so ahu ekopem mi si ekwo odan yan kase ye krom and na ye krom nso ye koye no it wasn't just my mother's side that was we went to live with some of my mother's family members right but like I have my father's family members over there too and you know some of them that's why I said like you know my grandfather you know and he was so receptive to me na na be me humia as wo huni e wonye so like Adwoa pedan chese enti me na na be manti no me say Rami, me mami, bro nyantade o de bre. Me nkwa asore kra me dress se me kwa asore. Me se me dress kwa asore nso me nkwa asore. Me kwana me nana ba ma hu me no am me sika keke na masa akon won ya abefi. Me se me nkwa asore nso na me dress kwa so me dress. Just to see my grandfather. I went to church.
Okay, almost 100 years but no, no, who did they no day, your friend Abrabo that time. But one show of love and mommy crab, I could say, but one time now, one time now, Yarino say, the money the ocean, the pie, and me, mammy, and ocean. Sometimes very late already. Not I said, well, Bobby, no, because as I'm bad. At the same time, maybe I start when it's not so make us say, you will be great to me, woman. For example, to me, woman 6, 7.
No, baby, I some see me. No, crap.
Please, me who are free me young, and got some do we ask some change with Debbie.
Rami, Asama, what can me patch up or say, send me busa question. Do you think, say, you're right to say, a parent, mommy, and answer papa, what would you do? Now we be catch will maybe send me pay we are some scene way because me to me no I feel say parent or be say piano na or the entotoye and a baby because it is a won't mean can't will maybe say me pay we are some scene way. How can you do that? Not just say I dream penny with him, so I dream power with 3 more. Me some may I treat them the same way. Say we say se meto ade we ama we ya. Me busamo even say on my birthday bronya they get 3 choices. The 3 choices, you know, a down makuma super ya number 1. Now the second place you number 2. Now the end shed then you number 3. But it said the mama Matia say number 1 dear. Say some you over time cry may they will get number 1 because I don't know makuma so. But omunya number 1 now more munyu say number 2 so but and answer number 3. Say you to be we ne sikani bika and answer extra door hono wa na be a number 2 number because many omo papa no ya mama ti ase say afibia enya afibia 3 months so bia omunyi omumutwe ensi e tontade afoforo enti no omubro nyanuoma entade bebem so ompo omumpo entade bebem na me de me ye ni say say me wo adofo me wo no me kwam es minim sa crisscross beton tade amom enti ya na ma bo ne papa na me the size na koma crisscross na me ya ne dai if say me won nua no mo beto a enti me ya na ma bo ne papa na ma fa me sister panyi me si o ma me hia we say wuto we say mana ye na ma bo papa me mama enti no
me sister panyi no you can say onu di kan ko you can sana me back na na
dog
you know the bedroom you know me na me ti almost isa no mo dia wie SS yeah back college and I back so on your back there no abon pa on your I na do school
hey Rami
what me shop man o so person see tray and we see tray and sa no man ka say be shop man na go be in salon o so on school on pe apa so na school on pe babon on say they go we sister we want to can cross on pe school na say no pe so yeah young crabby more, young person, no talent.
No crap. And you'll be at school, bet me uncle school. We are right.
Because I don't pay school. Because the school, some math, maybe nobody equation is simultaneously. Sadia Ben is our mass, a big calculate, is our baby, no about them.
May I do one math for him? Science, and I may not do.
Make question when me results power guesses and not somebody by SS no. Me ko ceramics because I'm in science this we know biology this science this animal no. So me ko ceramics so the be a menya math make it to a big so math ground we go there and what that. What is some even left? I will not be about right. A quarter that the free meeting. To be said, I'm in bed, shut down, but bedroom, I will change school, no, different check down. I also down a book, no, the best your book is our computers, no, maybe even the amount test crowd school, no, which means the amount similar answers be, yeah, they took control as a failing it and yet too much. So, I said, the other teachers be ma, because the teachers be mostly very racist towards black people. To me feel for no reason. And I mean, for be brave. Tell me years of you. But this year's teachers be brave. Or feeling me, I'm a bar. I'm a best share questions. Let me be a book need and channel me qua. I'm a friend. Yeah, what's not? It's not their channel. It be a son of different Musa when you are getting what will chase more. On the feelings.
And I would do one of my watching Baba.
Yeah. See, the only thing we are best here, I don't be book not to one, maybe a book not much. My really son, my take answers.
True and poor.
True and poor, back home, Kennedy. There's a computer, I won't show any crown of test the condom of the mouth. A big crown, no, your master for copy. When you have a computer at the home, now get a baby in your church, Rosaria command, their mouth pass, and no. But Africa, they Ghana also do not see you part of my cultural SSS way. Now, that's me now. Who bet left us who people to Musa, people to Musa. As in school, as in your piano, it's on your category. Yes, as no say, school need the on shutdown page for per se or pesos yet 3 years. Any nails this area, and I'm okay. To maybe we support on this and will be. And as I say, I may be a shop a man, my name is Stanley Campo, be a shop a man. I was here, we news, we or say, I don't know. Emma, when you do debate, Nipia. So, till you, and our face, I will form, say, Oba, our talent, be not so, yeah. It didn't make us
invest in that person.
Any footballer, And maybe as a crown say, oh, be an interest was a way of a soil, your mom chances no by because even don't go for a brave or butcher. And I say, Ghana, I say, talents, there's a picture footballers. I'm making a lot of money to be crowd. There's a fun say,
oh, I Ghana for parents. Most of us here, see a mabaya doctors, nurses in Tino say, yeah, basketball, volleyball, soccer, and numni, gymnastic, numni adena. Yeah, investing in our children will swimming, numni adia. I mean, it's so sad and horrible. Is that like, I mean, me mama na me papa mma nyina yen nyina ye ko milika ne yen nyina so na ye sports because me de na me de ni milika netball and a volleyball.
Netball any football na St. John's Grammar Crown I'm a captain for the women team. Yeah, me picture no ba me ba se me job me hwe sa me mu ba e wo ma me me school friends be brave me feel me make some service e won't be e wa.
Okay.
So it's no me na sports there. So on say so show me physically me body not to say be ma body. It's like I say a sports ne athletics ne sanya manu and I'm a video na face now me be a me hanging around with boys a lot.
Tomboy. Me to the same way. And this is not enough for food and I am member.
Sister Adwoa, who's a tomboy and so me yo chromano. Unim, it's me of us and me I brought food in my one time one man like a Jumamo, Mrs. Ladybug, Bonio, me quite get know the same. Why? I mean, the washroom. What's wrong with you?
Oh no, so say we okay. Okay.
I don't do that stuff. No. And see, now, my number is your home, Bronio. A home, that my friend said, I said, you won't be ultimate. No, yeah, you will be check. You know. It's me. But first, when you be here, Juma or what the number, who I'm to be friend with Miss Aliman. One day, me share me message, that will phone, so I was sending message, said, I have a crush on you.
Hey,
excuse me.
That's at least what can it be more some?
Excuse you. It's actually a madre bus, but because I said, well, parents sent to my really say, be a normal friendship and I say, be because men of the men are to crack the Emma, me dress, me shirt dress. Also, me also me shirt dress crowd. I mean, pet dress shirt.
One day, met there for you to wear dress. Actually. Hey, you cannot walk in a dress. Rami, I don't know who your name is. Ah.
Trust me.
And yeah, better flare one be from Sister Sage Wama because Aden. How?
T-shirt, jeans. And I said, you know, some sweat pants made woody, you know. Yeah, and I'm a pet.
Hey.
Oh
Lord.
Pet dress, mental dress, my
and you make a top black sexy dress, bro. Umpo, I don't know about amount. Sister, I have to brother who go and mercy. Rami, you no, was he yang? Who just say yang now? Who go and mercy too much?
Okay, the way that me go money must you but and the lifestyle say me to me just out there man. Can tell us our first month get more than I'm to be frank and tell the sorry anyway. But the say as me check and tell you say be am the any shirt to say top shirt be am the shirt jeans.
Sister I mean me and my shirt I
okay, but me running shoes. Social pictures now, we also must dress with that. Me because men are to say Bema. We have a lifestyle now to say boys life. So, you know, who got to dress mommy, I mean, shit. me front muscle, me t-shirt, nice t-shirt, me jeans on. Bibi saba, said dress I did share, I share high heel. No, almost share me pepper. I said, and you miss like me to be
since I am in say who busam say wo gu mani ma asesen ba me and ma shada na me kan say say ne be am so be change na no about ono ase won say and since I had to bra say who gu mani ma asesen won say ye wo choice so nti no meja wo sa mate wan since I na nka me treke no but anye ye
so much. I'm starting so comfortable feel just say me say me person very big that's what start like I say bia me pe oban na me dress size.
Hey, and teacher some person will too be shaky boom boom.
Me tun dey timi shaky o e shaky pa ba just say bia na ya me timi shaky pa na wo say so say do kwa ya.
Na when him say edru mri bia na me nhye silk atade ebiem. Because me too bounce so enti say no Rami one say ye wo Jimmy for and ye wo Jimmy so enti no te say bi wo ho no ma me kokro mu a ayi et silk a meshe no ne ade no na say I'll call you Rami free so I'll call you back. No. Yeah, no, sister I have a friend back. Ain't you know to say, who qua after the you hi mama sita and no yeah you saw a you for no no Spanish for no na mommy you look good, you know, like God, and then we'll be on maybe how one auntie will be said, God damn, Miss it was too much. So I was like, I just stopped wearing silk altogether because, like, you know, it was like too much.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Obama be crown honoma.
Oh yes.
No respect. And remember didn't need respect for women, married women. You know, don't try anything to get one. Like you know, lady I mean Ronio, sister Adwoa, or send me message on my phone or say, I have a crush on you. That time, like you said, I don't send me feel like I wanted to throw out because like I'm telling you, that's the percent me feel like I say my imagination echo touching woman.
Wow, that's crazy.
I was not raised like that. You know, I say, and you don't know, like sometimes the way I say, son, me dressing from Ghana.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost yeah, almost if you dress is a moment, you know, normally, so what has it won't shenta, the normal fool say, yeah, you is mistaken identity. Brother Ankra says, Sister Rami, you are invited to my garden of Eden. Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Sister Yato Brown should say. Sister Yato Brown say, Ninja will how? Or say I should leave you alone. Until I'm going to leave you alone.
Yeah, okay, Brother Ankra, only Brother Ankra, you're a very good person.
Oh, yes. Most definitely.
And not like any battle like of Christmas, Happy New Year, and that's how we know. I want to me from now, you're born for money and slow phones to start.
No,
like,
correct.
Like it makes me really, really happy on that. Like I said, if you are promised when I'm staying, and then my board promise, baby, can from me.
Brother Ankra, one of the kind.
You know, he's such a sweetheart. Like
most nice definitely.
And I feel so. Stalisha.
Yes.
Or you're very supportive woman. Like I'm telling you, like
she has the X factor.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Like even was supporting a lot of people.
Yeah. Social media. Yeah.
Any program via social media, like I see her support a lot.
Etina, she has favor. She has a lot of favor upon her.
Stalisha, may God bless you.
Amen.
And guide you and open every closed door.
Amen. Amen.
Normal strength, no.
Amen.
That's they are beating me as supporting for people.
Amen.
I really appreciate you. Everything you're doing, like, I really appreciate it. God bless you so much.
Amen.
Yeah.
Sister Aisha.
Yeah. Sister Yasra about why.
Mate. Me betie sister. Oh, my chef, any man, me, any Abrabo. Say me yeah juma, me no go no e ma di ni ho. Say omo play during the Mate. Enti ni ya block no. Ya block o. Omo be sam block bio. What did D Ben a bebo? What did D Ben a baby? The blues. Mate. Yo, Mate. Mate, why, Rami? Mate. Me dance it. Yami Shrounds. Mate. Bye. Since I am me frawo says, yeah. To me frawa and patch of na sister ya wo sane e save udina o be save my save no our author ba pope sister ya atobra oba pa Mima obi akwaba we talking about transition is never easy in life you know hello saya Nyami adum ye na me pulu sister Rami na where you me pasha sa I know.
I'm using it to come and explain something.
Mate.
I'll take it from a different angle.
Yes.
Who say or say compare a money a issue.
Annie.
And it's said I will see can no. I know you, I know what you mean.
Yes.
But do you realize say you come for we like to tell people what to do a lot.
Oh yes, most certainly. Yeah.
Maybe I may say remembering my Kai system the Amikaya say who said there's good things in it, don't get me wrong, but and she sworn it, this is how you have to do this and this most is how you have to do that. And you can't be yourself and have your own identity, It's expectations. It's we say no, yeah, sure say Toronto Hokran or Wokran, she will get people talking about it. Because
yeah, and you know, say and maybe be penon because some food so share man tardy on share tardy and near you know.
Yeah, where I'm coming from is that we don't allow people to be themselves.
No,
and I say me we may share you kind of say British school system not almost share uniforms near there. And yeah, me the one aspect so and she said, hey, there's no pressure, say dress yourself, say me say what I remember as a child, me say Christmas time no, you go parliamentary, you better the same style every time
I'm poor.
You don't do anything. You don't have a choice to say me pay weight, and that's all.
Yeah.
It's and once you are better now, you criticize about for so open individuality.
Yeah.
But say one individual now, you are different. I mean, no, we don't have the same DNA. You are different. The point I'm making so I make is that we have to allow people to be themselves. Because they say it brings a lot of pressure. Oh, not to say, what she say, she say, it's nobody's business but yours. Until we have to allow. Sometimes we'll be baby, you don't agree with them, you don't like it, but you have to allow them to be their own person. If they're expressing themselves in that way and it's not something so drastic, and ask them, say you have to choose which hill you want to die on.
No crap, I have it that, and I'm glad that you came on because like they would think differently. So I pointed out. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I love having you guys on because we have different perspective for now. And and for us to have a conversation about it. But as I'm no crepa na walk to say I say see a movie no sports ye need you hona ye mama ne me ye papa no pese ye doctors ne send your tro a engineer ne lawyers no say we be chef no ni ade a ani
subject not my major law whatever
I know. I mean to say me we at high school no I missed an opportunity because to say me 2-year college, which is associate college, right? I got a full scholarship for volleyball, but because it said I'm for 4 years, and at the time, no, I was naive, so I allow myself to be convinced to not go to the 2-year, and I lost the full scholarship. Right? Who knows? I would have been in the Olympics, but I can't change back the clock. That was a decision that was made. That sometimes it comes to mind, and I'll be like, man, I wonder how far I will have gone, but Africa parents, most of them, they don't invest in their children's talent. I think like my baby sister Chris Cross, she played volleyball. She was in track and field. She would play. She played basketball also. Like all of us, my big sister, her nickname was Horse because it wouldn't matter which lane you put her on. She would just take off. It's like the wind was carrying her off the track. So it's like my family, we very athletic. Like we were like into a lot of sporting.
Adwoa, what can I say with you? I'll make another point.
Mate.
Say me make up boy, well, he's a man. There were 3 grandchildren.
Okay.
Girl no at 14.
Okay.
She's going to be 14. And one at 9.
Wow.
Ezzy, you're very good in soccer, very, very good. And as my sister, no cry. Each and every time, all my life, only improve her life. I call soccer here, soccer there, this and that. And he said, I said, me, mommy, a friend, me, Alex, and my friend, I would think common here. And the mommy, she said, the outlook, no, when you go to sports, she said, she doesn't see what you said, the importance of you. It's different. Because you can get a sports scholarship and go to college. It's punishment. We don't know those things. Harsh punishment when a child wants to go play a game or do something. I'm just drawing the you say, Mama, say, yeah, no, and I'm saying, well, it's important. Ultimately, you have to. Maybe say when my girls were growing up, I didn't really they didn't seem interested. I didn't really pay attention. But it's something that you have to do. It's good. Wow.
I mean to say, I just feel most we limit ourselves to, it's like we just put ourselves in a box, right?
Yes.
And it's not fair because we have a lot of potential. So instead of just limiting your child's, opportunities and choices, give them enough space, because sometimes, some your child may like sports more than and sports motivate children to go to school, because when you go to college and stuff, your child can get a full scholarship to go to college. You don't have to worry about money, finances and stuff, because when I finished college, I had so much money to pay. It took me 15 years to pay off my college loan. You see what I'm saying? Because what I did was, again, when knowledge is power, I did not have a lot of resources, even though I have resources all over, but I had limited myself, right? And so I have put my students' loan in default, right? Now realizing that I agree with them the government to pay the tax, just the tax. So for 8 years, I was only paying the tax of the amount of money I own. So the money I own was still sitting there waiting for me to get exactly. So one time, I just happened to look at the balance and I was like, wait a minute, I've been paying this loan for 8 years. Why is it that it's still sitting the same spot? So I called them and they were like, oh, this is how it works. When you ask us to put it in default, you have you sign a paper. You see, you have to read the small lines, the print line. They said I signed, and I did sign it. I signed a paper. I agree that I'm going to keep paying the tax, so the money does not increase. It stays the same up until I will start paying what I owe the government. So once I heard that, I was like, lady, you crazy. Then I was like, cancel it and let me start paying. How much do I need to pay on a monthly basis? And within 7 years, I was able to pay it off. Can you imagine the 8 years that I only be paying tax? So, like, that was dumb of me. But the fact that
don't make the same mistakes, Adwoa.
No.
Me meeting people how you are not looking at the fine print, Papa. What you are saying.
Yep.
We don't seem to pay attention.
Most certainly.
They are all care about yeah, let me see my last comment. So maybe they are all care
Same
about
common it's
from her is the best place to discover it because I'll give you an example. Time your last Ghana first royal near that time when the girl penny say no will use drama use it which no church or place. Into mothers they know a church play, then they act it out. And your family friend be or show me they know Mr. Barney Auntie Annie Mr. Barn and Mobay Legume saw ye she's a good actress now. Legume saw ye I'll be manager. And I'll catch him say nurses school the woman for day to day. What you are saying to your day yesterday.
No,
and the example I mean man say I buy way our TikTok now share your which me who say I can see it. And I make catch and so say me decide you which your family friend or because I send me catch
no correct.
What you are saying. Because I hear a lot of full house skits and so into Papa Bob Saget you will hope she's been getting a lot of comments on it. So I make her and say, keep at it because you don't know. How to kind of push it and all that. Into Rebecca so now go school to be this. Now why are you doing this?
No,
do we know where yes it can be fear about?
And only as some no. We always compare.
If you are in this environment, that's your child is in school and they are following a particular track, and then they want this, they are good at it. Please leave them to pursue it. You never know. Because in Colapi, it is social media making money. It's a young penny for 9 to 5 million. And then you back us out you online or you before to say we don't understand. Life has changed.
Most definitely. That's right. Nice talking to you, and thank you so very much. You see, that's our author back Sister Ya for the Atobra. Munko Amazon, Munko Barnes and Nobles, and Namunko Kontutoni books nibi. The first one is like Reflections of a Thirsty Soul. That is inspirational book. And then the second one is The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. Oh, Sister Ya, wano the title to say I don't know where you come up with the title. Hey, Rami, Rami. It's a say eba asambiem. Annie.
Already, I not make me monitor. Not make sister. Yeah, some kind of it's very true. And I face, I really appreciate the comments and the kind of that's really like I really support her on that. And the book, reflection of a tested soul. This one so good. Who's the catch yourself? Say me Amazon.
And to me, yeah.
Link, because me try once be. And a call it, you say, I'm return this kind of the brain. Me say, me how to get it properly because by some talk about crystal now,
I am framing. I mean, walk you through.
Oh, okay, Matty. Yeah, because me knew how to do the whole thing. And I face me process all the point now. Framing na your mom pie.
Matty, me near by me that's it.
Yeah, because me to me and test it message because I was a block in the area.
Matty,
this time granted you so at least me for almost like 4 months without blocking. You know this year and here. First one
Annie, brother Natty does his sister ramming to me and Trontino.
You miss it, I miss you too, bro.
I know. My friend would do me that's a pan. I mean, Mate, me that's yo. Okay. Mate, no problem.
All right.
Mate.
Okay,
bye. Okay. And your friend is saying reflection for my worries is so. I know your devotional book, and you know, and the one thing I love about Sister Ya for the Adwoa's book, they say, she has spaces and questions that she asks, and also she gives choices. If you have questions to ask her, being that, and they say, this month, 22nd of this month, she's going to start her live programs again at 10 a.m., which will be 12 p.m. U.S. Eastern time. Maybe yeah, no, I kind of maybe time because I know that kind of easier for me to remember. And now I'm going to go back to some comments that I skipped, but I'm going to go back. Brother Natty does it. What's why missing me rough? Me crying. I miss you. Basa. I miss you rough. Brother Natty does it. I don't know. I am miss her. Oh, my me feel too much. Don't do me like that. I know your voice note. No, I check your sister. And like to go back to a sister Tobra Medasipa about a sister Rami or share to say on pen at the share. Now me see me Tobia Brenner by force by heart. Sister Ya knows me, Rami knows me, and then Sister Ya say oh me see ogu manima say because me can so ogu anima say Sister Ya, and make catch and say the grandpa me kind me feel say we anima say, but to say I saw exactly what Sister Ya wrote. To say I said brother Natty does it first in the how me can say man no can be the cross so can't cross so send ye be ya and common be de and na me Sister Ya answer by ya or no so ebe kyerɛkyerɛ nneɛma mbɛ pɛnsɛm saa na edi nkɔmɔ because mu di nkɔmɔ na ɛkɔ faako a ayɛ a na ɛnyɛ de no I love it. Mate to say but it's true by a society now so because they won't pay bibia most times ubehu na ye pese ye ka ne hye anaasɛ ye force no na wɔyɛ ade a ɔmpɛ. Me say growing up tomboy crisscross mensa tomboy make my cast crisscross mensa story here 1998 me crisscross ko Ghana ye mienu nyinaa ye koye ti ni ye roll ne curls ni etimi afu pa because na etimi na afu me and ma say me etimi because of different hair food am di yem no sometimes chemicals it kills it until I haven't yes Sister Sage, that's the best way to go about it. And they say yeah really curly me and my say me trini because now I have a long thick hair to say me papa will trim me papa like at his age not trim me as so one and he's consistent with the hair. He's consistent with the hair product he's using, right? He's not changing it here and there. He's been using that hair product for like the longest I can remember, from my teenage years till now, and he's still using the same thing. So he has really thick, full hair. Yes, and my kids have got their hair from him, from his side. My mom's also has hair. It's like my family side, everybody has hair. Even mine that I messed it up, I still have hair because this is all mine. It's not, you know, but like sometimes Kay and I will say here, you'd be like, oh, they get their hair from his side of the family because when he was a baby, he has hair. I was like, so where did the hair go? I mean, I'm still like grown up and I still have hair. My dad is grown up and he has hair. So our kids got hair from our side. This is kind of the silly thing. Sometimes, we sit in this house and just go back and forth just to be silly, and interact and have fun, laugh at each other, laugh at each other and laugh with each other, just loosen up, distressing and all that. But most times, when some people don't like doing certain things, we need to be receptive to their choices because it's their choice, as Sister Ya said, and we need to be supportive. So when we went to Ghana in '98, we have drop curls, so our hair is like it was really looking nice. I was wearing I believe, two-piece dress, and Crisscross was wearing jeans and a baggy shirt. I remember when she was like, teenager, she always wear baggy shirt. Crisscross at the time in her teenage years, she should be wearing a t-shirt size small, but she was wearing um, large, just, to hang in the shirt, and she pocketed as she was walking. So we were in Accra, and maybe Chris Ross will remember where we went. We left from Accra going to, I don't know where Sister Ya was working at the time. And we have group of people, our own people, we Ghanaians, but we have some of Ghanaian children and teenagers and some adults following us. Before we know it, we have crowd of people literally following us. My sister Crisscross and Brabudu's wife and her two sisters in Accra. And I couldn't believe it. Oh, Agugubuashi Market. Baby sister, that's why I love it when you were here, no. So we left from Accra by Labadi Beach to go to Agugubuashi Market. And as we were like walking, you have an egg seller. Instead of her going to sell her eggs, right? She has packed all these eggs and she's carrying the eggs with her small buckets hanging in her hands, and she's following us. We have crowd of people, and they keep. You see, some Ghanaians needs to mind their business, and they talking loud enough for Crisscross and I to hear it. I know Crisscross heard everything, but homegirl pretended like she don't hear shit. Okay, so she just kept walking, and it got to a point I was so annoyed. So I walked up ahead of me, grabbed Crisscross shirt, pressed it against her chest, and I was like, does she look like a boy? Because they kept saying, oh, like, she's walking with her brother and they have the same hairstyle like this. And, like, it be Canberra, it be country. And to say, hey, now, Bema soon why any say, you see, your conquansa Now the crowd of people that was following us, I was like, oh my God. Don't cry. Busybody syndrome. Charlie. I kid you not. You told me to behave and then you turn around to be crazy. I know, because Crisscross was like, she was too I didn't want Crisscross to do anything about it. I asked her to not say nothing, just to keep walking, because I know how my sister are. When she loses. So she was behaving herself. But then these people, like, they kept saying, they were like, no bansu there, yeah, they're no niaba, the same. After the night, yeah, me country ni na ya mashi enti me kwa na me pressing the shirt na me say oba na okita no for me say be man na okita no for the baby ano be man na okita no for na me pressing the shirt after me say hey say your oba hey and what dress say be man eno nso kofa asem another wahala by you see your krom for anything everything you do no ye beka ho asem enti no na me who say Crisscross your ba wie no me me feel say crowd no be break no obi akoye de omo tom no ma koton no ma omo ye de they still follow us na am say na adan who ni pada why are you guys following us yen nyina ye Ghana for mu ko baabi yen so ye ko na koton no ma na di amu se di amudi ye chi no what's the problem edien ena mo pa free ye ho mini nua ne nam eni me ya braire kwa adwuma na se mudi ye chi na se mo si obema no aye ni ti se oba necessity ni mama hu se onye bema oyo oba mo hu so oyo oba nso a se nso mo have a problem say eno address se bema Ghana everybody nyankopon yesu Ghana for obi it's crazy. So, like, as Crisscross said, I did ask her to, like, just behave herself. And I didn't think she would listen to me, but she did listen to me. And so she just acted like she didn't hear them. She acted like, they crazy, because most of them were crazy. Oh, sister, yeah, no boundaries, filters, so crap. It's like, not because I'm so more kind, and you say, be more kind of kid, I won't you. They say it loud enough for you to hear it. And you know, to say like me, and I'm saying, not to say like, maybe say in classes, because enki akwa class crampo na bibi sa crampo and come we incline chrome and say we no see how. And you let me go back to what sister says. Sister said me more. Sister said a sound mind in a sound body. Sports is very important in our lives. So is exercise. It makes us healthy and also improves our thinking. Oh, Sister Sage Williams, Kana Kembium. And I'm going to go back to some of the my mom sent a comment. I'm gonna go back to it. Sister Crisscross. Yes, I know, right? Because I could no longer, just not say nothing, because it was becoming too overwhelming, too much. Because after they drew baby crana, omo abaye ho omo mu di achire bebre no omo abaye ho because a chere omo hu say Crisscross your ba no say obi apeso obi hu nanim say me dane no omo ehu nanim ye sa na omo pa akire me nti afi na omo behwe na omo abenya bibi aka konkonsa for put in the box for nkwa me na me catch ro na sister ya omo wo box ni mu krempo na nka omo use four corners ni krempo ankanya ya obi wo ejina box mu ni say there are four corners no use one corner forgetting that there's three other corners that will be to me use when they are stuck now they continue to use that corner because they want someone to fix them and someone to save them. Now, how do you grow? How do you transition from one level to another? It's never like, nothing is ever easy, right? Nothing good is ever easy. You have to work hard for your money, work hard for everything to establish things. Sikafo abroad near Sikafo Ghana and Yawofo said they be almost one of that's a 24/7. Almost sorry them. Almost so almost to almost store no almost there be almost bumpire, almost pay favor free Yankopon fire to yetrim. God did not give us brain to fool around. He gave us brain to use it, strategize things, and do something about it. Don't wait for somebody to come do something. You have some fathers, some men, they have money to invest for the future. They only think about today, and maybe if they're in a good mood, think about tomorrow. But some of them, because of their CCA, are ambitious. They want to go and sleep with the whole world, and they misuse the money, they don't invest, and then when they get older now, they want their child who is now successful to take care of them. What happened to if it was so easy for your son or your daughter to come build a house for you? Why couldn't you yourself build a house? Because you were busy with Tonga. You chasing Tonga. Sometimes so crampon send me Nsem back. And I'll, as I said, I'll go back. Sister Aisha Anka said, life transitions are not a joke because they force us to let go of the familiar and face the future with a feeling of vulnerability. Abrabo mu Nsem. Sister, I kid you not. Right, 110%. Bam, 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 bam. Never easy. So we need to do better. Chris Grossman says that when you are dealing with ignorance, it's hard to convince. I can't think far. Chris Cross, bam, that's right. So I said no boundaries or filters. For sure. People like following us, like, they have not seen a human being before. They, even villagers will not do something like that. It was just freaking ridiculous. They want you to feel it because it's in our DNA. And that's like something, Sister Ayusha, when I hear it now, it just like ignites something in me. Like, it's just foolishness. DNA in what? When someone does not want to change their ways or transition, now they say, oh, I cannot do X, Y, and Z because it's in my DNA. So they are receptive to what they are. When a man or a woman say that, it means they're never going to change. So if you want to move on, my sister, my brother, move on. Because that person, the minute they open their mouth and say it's in their DNA, that's it. That means he said, is your penisa phone, your infant phone, one track mind phone. That's them. Now let me go back. Because this one day I know say it's going to be fantastical. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that to the poor pussycat. Who remember that song? No, 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 no. Don't do that to the poor pussycat. You may become a friend of pussycat someday. So don't do that. All right. So Mrs. Amma Mensah said, it's true that you love someone more than the other. And it's coming from Mr. Deborah Mensah. Like, I'm thinking, and mommy, I need more from daddy, but I'm going to like talk from my from my level of understanding and emotional intelligence, right? I'm going to speak from there. There are different type of love that we have in this world. We have different love as parents for our children. We have different love as parents for our parents. We have different love as people, for our siblings, we have different love for our loved ones. Because the love I have for my husband, I cannot have that type of love for my children, because there are certain things now my husband and I do that I cannot go and do that with my children. So yes, I agree that there are different type of love. So like, in terms of from a parent to their children, yes, you might have parents that may have different love for their child, but parents, it's not right for a parent to open their mouth and tell their children, I love your brother more than you. That parent is causing division among their child, his or her child. What happens is that within our community and society, Ghanafoɔ awofo bebree no, ebi wɔ hɔnom a wɔn wo faako. Papafoɔ bi wɔ hɔnom a wɔn ne mmaa mmienu, mmiɛnsa, nnan na awo wɔn mma. Mmaa nnan yi nyinaa ɛsono obiara adwene, ɛna mmaa nnan yi nyinaa nso no, sɛ wɔhwɛ ɔyerenom a wɔn kunom aware na wɔhwɛ mma no bi no, baabi wɔn asi a, ɛno na ɛma anibere, wɔtan ho, pɛsɛmenkomunya, ɛnom ne so many negativity ne ahoɔyaa ɛbeba abusua bebree mu no. Ɛsiane sɛ woyɛ awofo na wokyerɛ sɛ okay, mepɛ me ba wei asɛm ɛsen wei a, na sɛ wo mma no binom no, wɔn bɛtumi akɔfa aka wɔn ti abom afa adwene na wɔn ayɛ wo ba bɔne. Crisscross and Sister Aisha, mu a munim Bible mu bebree no, but I know say saa na Joseph ana, no ɛnyɛ Joseph, enuafoɔ no emu deɛ he na ne ne papa pɛ na asɛm a, mu a moyɛ no masters no mo yira a ɔmo nua de ne to amena mu akyire ɔmo tɔn no ɛmaa no kɔɔ ɛhinhin na ɔno na ɔbɛyɛ oyi ɔkyerɛ daeɛ mu ɔkyerɛ daeɛ mu yɛ nnuane ɛmo nom ne ade conserve a ɛkɔm sii kuro no mu no anaasɛ wiase no ɔno na ɔmo produce aduane saa ɔho ɔtan. But ɛsiane sɛ na Nyankopɔn de ne nsa ato ne so ne nti no, ama na ɛnwo amfiri wiase. But the brothers could have easily killed him just because say papa no ne papa no ɛkyerɛ ɔdɔ ɛwɔ no ho adwuma koraa na ɔma ne nyɛ and ɛdɔ koraa na ɔma ne ndɔ ne ade nti no. Sometimes I'm not saying say is, but of course every parents have their favorite, but it shouldn't be known to your children say wopɛ wo ba wei asɛm ɛsen wei, because say wo mba ɛyɛ nkɔlaa bi a ɔmo ni ɔdɔ ma ɔmo ho a ebetumi akɔ so a lot of friction and ntɔkwasɛm. They will fight, they will argue, and then when there are situations now, that child will be vulnerable to the siblings I think say a lot of times you kuromufo awufo bebree and a course sa metu macau entity yemu ene ntɔkwasɛm anibresɛm wobɛhu na obi wɔ hɔ no ma ni nua na ɔde ne kɔ aduro so no akoku no anaasɛ wɔde yare ato ne so kyɛ sɛ the wickedness ni the evilness no. I think say entity ye awofo de be ma omma ene kasa a omo ne omma be kasa no ebufuo wo ho, but ebufuo ba se nipa ye hwe ye kasa mu ye, because words are very powerful. It can either make someone or break someone. So for me personally, I feel say it's wrong for any parents to let their children know say they have their favorite, they like one or two of their children over the others. So why did you have them in the first place? It's not right, because like most of us, we are verbally abusive to our own family, our own children, our own parents, our own family members and friends and people, because when we say things now, sometimes it's to hurt the person, especially if you are hurting now. You want to say something that will hurt the person, but you can never take things back once you say it, because and that kind of things, it can come back against you, because as a parent, you get older now. Things like that, if you identify some of your children or one of your child as your favorite now, that child might not even be as successful as the ones that you denounce. And what's going to happen when you are in financial trouble or going through some difficulties now, those children that you rejected, those children that you inform that you don't have as much love for them, can look the other way and turn their back on you. So it's just not worth it as a parent, for you to like make it known to your children that you love others more than you love them. So that's my take in that. If anybody have anything to add to it, that would be lovely. Oh, Sister Aisha, I go love you, sweet, sweet. Brother Natty Dazi, leave me alone. Said Sister Yakan. Sister Yadia, you fight my fight. Oh, Sister Sage Williams, thank you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You see, this is like for Nana Kwesi, and I'm wearing Nana Kwesi shirt. You see that is very loose on me. This is a large. So, like, I'm wearing Nana Kwesi shirt. And it looks good on me. Yellow used to be my favorite color growing up. But then when I turned into my 20s to 30s, cream became my favorite color. And then from 32 up, black became my color. But from 40 up, now any color goes. I wear anything, anything. Crisscross, why are you laughing? So let me. I love you guys. Aha! Oh yes, it's Joseph. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. But they say Abel and so ne a king, so no, it was really sad because of um one, hey, man, which one is Cain that killed Abel, right? No, Abel was Cain. Which one is it? Me there, me tell me my can't tell me that I said Bible, no me said the name. Moi, coming from America, brother Natty does it. Okay, let me go up. I think I missed a whole lot. That's was talking. Uh-huh. Okay, Sister Aya says, when you refuse, they will say, Fama Nyame, he is your father. You see, and that's like some of the things now, and also no, yeah, another certain condition, another problem. Me Fama Nyame saying, it's like sometimes, and no man be pray or hanoma, Yankupon wonim nipa, the nani pebe ye will be ase. Was one man soon kunye because time or say we are no with a no I'm restaurant was one ye beam and or then baba we are say man be ebeji ye bonny. It is a say be with me deep bonny na she said the chi. Obi timi di bonny na afi so ano akọ wakwasre bonny fache. Bonny a wudi a weni da ho. You will never be forgiven. It's still written. Someone told me to give it to the Lord, and I said, I am the Lord today. Bam, bam, bam. Sister Aisha, I go steal this. For sure. That's all. That is all. That's true. That will shut them up. Do I blame them? No, because crisscross is hard image. Nothing does it. Hey, so did I miss something? Hold on. Uh, coming from America. Oh, I see. Hot image coming from America. But it's like, I mean, to say in class, and you maybe were on my yana over the top. Missy, Obi Oko Ton, because you are because you are crying, could you baby say, Uncle for better tonna ajo. Because she answered the air share. Now the Mokonu, Upemu, the Mokoni Gumuna, and no, na echo ye pa. No mu di akyi saa aden me dey me say me catch a crisscross say on behaving itself in into no she just have me but me dey no mo keka na ye making na me say so ye be man ko kita no for afi dey obi a na oba no address ti say in class you maybe on maybe mo ye krampa e won kran krom ai you got it right. Oh, okay. Crisscross it three. One much crisscross it here. You can say Joseph. Thank you, baby sister. Hey, and one Bible winning with the any and you maybe higher bar number the two say bam 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 bam. No crosses I not sure, but oh, okay. Satama, Tamam Busana sister. I said, can able there to say Libre and a ma Nikum Ninia. Aha. No name say Yamia Huno. And sister, the yellow looks good on you, sister. I did thank you, rough. Brother Natty does this. Adwoa Domensa. So you don't even know the Bible. I mean, I know some of the stories, but I don't know the names by heart. And I have said it many times that when it comes to the Bible, and I don't know much of it. And you know what is so embarrassing about it? When it comes to Romans book, I can tell you about Romans just like that. Just put something there. Let's talk about romance. I will just wrap you guys rough. But when it comes to Bible now, then I'll throw it to my sister. Crisscross, your sister needs to needs Bible teaching. Hey, brother Natty Daddy. Now I know why Sister Yatubra says to leave me alone. To leave me alone. Yes, leave me alone. Leave me be, okay? Leave me alone. Thank you, Sister Ya. Mwah, mwah. And Sister used to say, oh, yes, it's Joseph. He was the one of Jacob's 12 sons. His father loved him more than any of the others and gave him a color cloth. His brothers were jealous of him and sold him into slavery. Yes, that's the one I was talking. I couldn't believe I couldn't remember Joseph's name. That's like one of the most noble names, but oh well. That's why you guys are here to help me. Thank you, Sister Ya. You fight my fight for me. Brother Nothing does it. Leave me be you. My father, she's great in the other department. Says Sister Aisha Kradiabeto. And when it comes to 365 days, I go talk about it rough, even to do the combination. So bear in mind, we all have our specialties. For sure, crisscross and some of you are the Bible. Me, I know which, for me, the Bible verse I have in my head that is easy to remember. With God, all things are possible. Hi. Okay. Do you know Bible verse? Crisscross, why are you laughing? I'm being honest. You know, what I don't know, I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Sister Atubra said, among siblings, they can always tell who the parent's favorite is. They tend to get away with everything and they think everybody owns them. So confused. You know, that's true. Like growing up, I remember my younger brother, you know, he did something and I pushed him down the steps. I know my mom, like, she was like, oh my gosh, she got so scared. I acted like I didn't care. I did care, but because I was so mad, I just pushed him and he fell down the stairs. Thank God he didn't break anything. And my mom was like livid. So like my retaliation was like, oh, she loved my brother more than she loves me. But my mom like she treated all of us the same way. When it comes to Christmas, the presents that she will buy, she makes sure we all get things equally, and things that she does not get equally is all of us going to share. Like if she buys games, we all playing that together. So she was, but being that my brother, he was the only boy among three of us, he was spoiled. But he doesn't see it like that. She's getting there. You will be shocked pretty soon when she starts quoting you. Crisscross, leave me be. Why is it that like I have already confessed that I don't know much about the Bible. So, you see, and like why do you guys picking on me like that? Brother, nothing does it. So if you know so much about the Bible, start quoting some. Start. Don't go and look in your Bible, just in your head. Start putting things down and leave me be. How is that a shame? I know the stories, right? I do know the stories. So it's like, how did I remember that something like that happened in the Bible? So if we know that something like that happened in the Bible now, if we know say it happened in the Bible now, why are some humans, some parents doing it? Why are they doing it? Knowing what happened in the Bible. Enye nyame na de ne nsa ato Joseph so a. Anka ne nua mmarima no hwede nka omo ye nka Joseph wonwu nkwase ewu. Because of say omo papa show odoma no nti no. Ema ne hu beye ni nua no mu hu ahi. And then our community, society, we enabling that. We putting ourselves in something that has happened before. Why we not learning from it? You guys should not let me preach today. Then we'll be here like 8 hours. Stream yard and studio. Stream yard and studio. You can go up to 8 hours. You guys should not get me started today. Brother Crisscross, I'll get to yours in a few minutes. Only brother Natty does it yet. He say, and you can say me Dimuchi. Sister Love, your eyebrows are flecked. Oh, thank you. I went to Nana Kwesi went to get his hair cut last week Sunday. Was it last week Sunday, huh? Or the Sunday before? The one before. Which one? The one before, right? Yeah. And then the barber, his barber, like he gave me trim. So thank you. Lord, let me go. Brother Nothing does it. Let me see. What do you love it? Probably he's responding to Crisscross comment. You guys, you just love picking on me. Mommy, do you have something to add? Speak for something perfectly executed. Yes, he's good. I mean, like whenever I bring Nana Kwesi to get a haircut, I'll get it nice and trim. If Kay takes him, that means I'm just going to let it grow in. So every now and then, if I want to look a bit different from before, because I don't like makeups, this is my way of looking a bit different. So thank you. Coming into New Year. But nothing does it. You can go to heaven without knowing his words. We are sure. Are you sure? How can you? And then you have the nerve to say that's a shame. That's a shame of what? You sitting here talking about you can go to heaven without knowing his words. Okay. Say, we papa, if you do what you need to do. So when you're bonnet, undi bonnet, and I said you haven't caused any flexion, of course. Chris Cross Manson said, look who is talking about spoil. Hey, Chris Cross, you talk about me being spoiled. I think you, Fred, the two of you are the spoilers. Florence and I will not spoil. For me, being a second born, I just do things to make myself known. That's not spoil. How is that a spoil? You the last born. Last borns are always spoiled. And if you are the only boy out or the only girl now, they always get spoiled at some point. So you guys get double love. So you talking about look who is talking about spoil. Between you and I, baby sister, you are more spoiled than I am. She go start with me. This is Aisha's uncle. This is a love. You know the Bible. I'm happy you did not come out with John 3:16, but rather Mark 10:27. Jesus looked at them and said, with men this is impossible, but not with God. All things are possible with God. I'm like, I'm telling you because I just love that. I do love it. And it's true. I don't have a Bible. Sawala, you can download that on your phone. Yehovah, I will get you one on your birthday. Pastor Esther was supposed to mail one to Brother Natty Dazio, and I don't know if Brother Natty Dazio provide his address. But why? I am defending you from Natty, and you are not appreciative. Ma. So, oh damn, you are defending me from Brother Natty Dazio. So like who did you directed that to, saying who is talking, look who is talking about spoil? Okay, let me close my mouth. Let me close my mouth. Let me close my mouth. Crisscross, sorry, sorry. Sorry, Crisscross. Oh, yeah, hold on. Abrabo, you butu. Hey. Charlie. I think I may papa some mama me who cry say.
Come on. Yes, Bible master now Canada. I say, if I fall the MC, there's someone can be wrong. Come on. John 3:16 and I make I don't know what we because I'm not a teacher power Sunday school. You can't find some Becca. John 3:16.
Brother, nothing doesn't know how to use the internet. Crisscross.
Crisscross, I'll say I'll go where she market. I'll go where she market. Some I told you now.
Me say, Sarami, a call honum, Sanya go for DH. I mean, to say, Doma dear Chanyaki too. Oh, my, I saw the good deal.
I ice water. I will order pay. In the matter grassa, though me as Antiba, it's not much background. I'm spending most of my life. It's can I see my can have the great market next hour in my toast your horn circle. Anyway, my post Ronnie Wow can't some area how you are minimum. Okay. I got some street girls up places in my tongue. If also, and you may be anyone as I mean to be my tongue pen because you are action of situation now to go as in China. We see, so now we can gain the Egumokunum. She says, Bass never know the DHA. Because we will not miss no we are. Never Abrabo, Gano, share, Jai. We want to go to market and say, Baby, am I here? You my power on me office power on my officer, a book officer, a tongue. A tongue is your name. I didn't, and I'm my Tony Nada, I didn't, I call believe it, bro. It's not my yet, you know. Me, I'm one of your short. Oh, I'm not a yet, me, your boy, no, or a boy, but no, yeah, so like slow, like quiet, but maybe but this was your rough, but I said, if you do a consume now, some needs to know about form kakra. So, but I know it's the way, you know, when it's what perform, but I mean, it's what she passed out your jai. When it's what she said, my friend says, and make us say, may share my life before, and then now, there are a lot of changes in my life. The way I'm at here for now. So, I said, send me, the way I'm at here first, made the way I'm at here for now. So if me back Canada for crying, I mean, who you know, that many sweat she still. Me who you really enough, me started to me come down, crass it. Because of me banning, it's me drain. You may be who na me makuma air buffalo. Oh, and yeah, I said my changing a lot after I had my son. Before many sweat you talk up, oh, Charlie, Nipas sound rough, but you know, I said. And I feel so now, Bible must say, I say, yo, Bible must say back, you say, Unim was some car, Yakupon on come out. Unim car, no, they come out. And also, but sometimes, no, a yana a yabu try to base on that, say, Unim car, Yamibe come out. With me, assembly, while so we are right. Obey they are not for you say we are wrong. It's the end was Unim was some car, Unim car, or won't come out. Unim car, or become so. Tell us for one, but and no, some way no, me mamma catch me most of the time. Say, I say, obey me, I'm some woman, you're right. Now, no, I was saying, me face me, Pacron say, not Satan, me mamma made me at no say, Debbie Jai. Unim was some car, Yakupon on come out. Unim car, or become out.
And media Yankupon come as a mammy pow.
Yeah, I'm out. But come on in a different way, baby. Sometimes I may fancy be a situation. I started problem. I started right away. Answer no right away. But sometimes no answer no just right away. It will come in a different way. When we say be with the huge blessings. I can't be just say now we doing say for example, if you now we say my friends say $20 maybe a year our assembly but the example a super not boy come out not going to say $100. Yeah, baby star see me no tell me sorry man you say me mommy Pentecost not papa Methodist. So I made me follow me mommy Pentecost church now and I say it's like I'm a pen pie born gospel me way yet to see me if you exactly baba so my sword they can cross sometimes but to be honest with you me that Christian way in the end the main and no dear yet it see me pass me janya me so much dear I bet they do so many say I do wrong sometimes some me any pass but say me nipa bonia. That's one thing about me. Say me obi bonia. I don't feel good. And that's me can't say me say obi. That's a be you say hurting nipa ne feelings. I'd rather call and apologize or something like that. But at the same time, me walk man. I say before also me catch us me problem with before sometimes like with me anger issues this animal. It be about may try to work on that. Like me try to work on that, but and no, and you'll be an also be how me fast social media. Will be copy with me boys or typha. You terms be a idea, bro. Make it's because I quote me because I quote me or say no, except I terms yes I did 10 times, but yes he did you be at the moon. Now obedient what the gym or selling Saudi did me a bear matem near the if I only need 7 Yana for our Ghana attempts. Nippers are no banner with the matema, means me and the making attempt. I don't come a block in a ban. Because me and you now will be out soon if I only had done for keke. So, attempts are say, the attempt our typha, Sunday, yeah, free on typha we go to. Taifa we go do. If that's a bia, Taifa for you, Taifa we go do. Now what I say bia akwase, now the part of us akwaji. So did you attempt we will say, yeah, by it, I say a group, Taifa groups. So it's yes, and so we was go for the brass and on my 12 not Taifa, home, some names are we. That's all my bed Taifa, and so say we are visa or we say bia. That una didn't attempt. Yes, I say me make count, not the name is friend be there. Yes, our connection. You want them now to the 2 matema.
Yeah.
And I just made in the patronat in be no dear. And also they be a catch of bar. No, I'm trying. You want to phobia more. Just only so very respectful say. Just a baby one. And this respect of mom is so really hard. Like, you know, me uncle for me make me a bonk for me bread. Yeah, I say. Customer, I say, me was so much respect for them. I say, mean to me, like me, Sister Alicia, Sister Sage, Sister Yatubra,
Boss lady,
Sister Awomrekwa, Sister Missy, Sister Sage, like a lot of them, Sister Mama Nsem, you, and like, you know, me uncle, any Pastor Samuel Koso.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm respect now. One
Hi.
There's no possible way to make me any disrespect you. And the uncle phobia also make me
Rami, I knew that was coming. Yeah, Miss. Okay, when is she going to throw in the point?
Some people are born with society running. Yeah, as I respect now, my woman. My first thing, I'm custom crabby happy. I wouldn't take it personally because when you say, "Oh, me and Kophobia," to say,
but
to me, no.
Rami, yes, on say you will need
family. Like I'm not going to say family. Like I really love them. Brother Ankra, even Brother Nati does it so calm. Like you know. I'm so respect. They know how to talk to people. And I'm TV phone now. Me, I don't pursue with you. I'm with you. I'm going to meet me and do. I make you on my team. Yo, it's not blocking me.
Rami, yo, Mati. What dear, mommy? Mommy, yeah, you know, one barber bomb pie and tea. Fawani, see, mommy.
Me call Kelly all downstairs to see her. No, I'll take a shower. Just make her say hi.
Oh, okay.
Program now. Main floor now on chair.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Also, I'm first of all, life.
Mate, tell Kelly we will talk in a few.
Okay.
Oh, Brother Nati does it say? Brother Nati does it say, Rami, I will come and visit you. Why?
Oh, come on, bro. I have 2 bedrooms. So I remember that back on what them. Yeah, come on, man.
Wow, that's nice.
2 bedrooms. So one of them. Anytime he's more than welcome to come. Right.
That's wonderful.
Anytime you want to come visit me in Canada, you're more than welcome to come. Remember 1 bedroom, no other. Why?
When him said
no worries.
Sister Rami, my parents came to Canada, but I couldn't. It's and say now my passport I expire. Intimate me out. Now I say, Rami, baby, what?
And I guess I'll apply for new one.
Some require police report first.
Yes, American passport. Okay,
yeah.
America,
yeah, American.
Me Canada, a year, Let me try to make for police report. Don't catch police report. Don't catch me say, meet me for police report for that because a Canadian but may apply for a new one.
Oh, okay.
Me passport number ni bibia na me de more me apply for.
No, I had the say student case say obi afa I mean say I spy because me you see the last time I used to I check into no I spy say we 10 years into say me call the police report na me say for fraud.
Oh, maybe the end process but almost had the say police report and I want to say obey your computer so me your computer so now maybe some reason here a year, maybe a year free and it's animal.
Me movie some time ago, you know, I think I'm a nearby home. If you
and maybe I'll come baby a movie and cow baby side. If you never or make me the amount for make me the amount, say, and you may hear your date of bed, nay, some addresses, baby, I will leave before Miss Annie, information be can no me, and no me at the summer. Sana media, Miss Media, media, now Miss me movie about Scarborough. First time, yeah, Miss me movie free, different apartment.
Brother Natty said he's going to get a VIP treatment.
I'm going to get, but I'm not Natty. You know, your VIP treatment is gonna be fufu, banku. I didn't find in the morning.
Brother Natty, leave me alone.
Yeah, fufu. Or if you want banku and okra, that would be a VIP treatment. I don't eat salad. Okay, salad I can make you salad, but I eat more like traditional food. So banku, fufu, yeah, banku and okra, yeah. Ooh. And then okra and chinam.
Rami, bye. You came to make me hungry. Please, bye. I love banku and nkuma and shito inside. Oh, banku nkuma. Hey, brother, nothing does any see a call Canada and tell. Shy. And
this Adwoa, you pay any edge you are seeing. See them in your time, so some give me any you. Me, many rough. Cover the buy and money, my friend, be it's me call the blue one on South paper, but still I'm a cotton bar, and I mean, should be. I do want to see him in your name, relax, and I'm coffee. If you know, I'm too much, and I'm a fat and coffee.
Brother Natty doesn't say he's in. He's in the party, the chilling near everything.
Don't worry, like come on, let me feel it.
Sister Aisha and so Asresa, Sister Aisha Astrabroso. Sister Aisha Astrabroso.
Remember Nigeria need to make sure it was I do Sunday and so on. I'm a year aqua being quiet, aqua be song. Any didn't quiet here song.
Rami said Rami Peso Becumenimasi, Abba maybe Busa Busami Namo in the moon.
I said, if you see I was a moja now, no man said I'm ready to my bad. Don't miss me, got me, but miss me the I didn't quite the aqua be at Monica Crown.
Aqua be none dear he. Says they said, dear Madame,
it is a cold big crab. I know yet, and now every two we are about to the year like
I think some men who near walk and I said, why shiny to true, you know.
I didn't. Oh, I didn't find. Now they are two no Monica Crown. How did this one what you come from? Not your boom. Every but the smell on that number beer we are seeing and number beer the whole
Canada. But nothing doesn't say, Sister Adwoa, we can't sleep, he's saying. I will sleep and spread my wings.
That's my big boy, bro.
Hey.
Yeah. Is this my finger
because the more you talk, the longer this becomes. What do you? No.
Boss lady number 1.
That's right. Bye, sis. Mate.
Yeah, and we are now a friend. Why? Who's there blocking me?
And a tonga in some way out with it. Yo, Matty. Now, Rami, I see, and your mother will have minimum, a minimum pie, rubber. Matty, Rebecca said, Rami, you keep me on it. I said I will call you.
All right, so all right, I'm watching, right?
Mate, all right.
Make sure Mr. Kita crisscross. Okay, I'm going to market. I'm a baby, and I'm to
yo, crisscross with you also. Now crisscross will chromo when you town pa.
I'm also chrome.
You know, correct.
We know what's popping. We know what's going on.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up right there. Near the crew, the end so film. I know your idea meant to me. I should me say.
The tea say I do most of the time. We say like I be speaker. The speakers, me best like I PG now. I did like an old day, but sometimes we still I feel like I talk a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Nana question. Why is the volume so high? No, quite Juma.
Oh, why? It's me,
why? She loves you too.
My classes.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, bye.
Okay, Auntie. Ooh. All right. You know what? Let me go and do some promo. So you guys, you go see this shirt I have on, eh? This is my son's shirt that I'm wearing. That's why, like, it looks big on me. But send there be a mechano. Yes, sister, yes, sister, Bakope. Osawo nimdeɛ ka ho, Sister Sage Williams. Ɔno ane nsa no adwuma ma memfa mmra fam kakra na munhu. Ɔno ane nsa no adwuma. You see, they say map no, Africa map no. Look at Ghana wahate. Okay, anyhow. So Tibia. She has different kinds, different colors. Your favorite colors, you bet me out or that. It is all called sageshare.com now. You can get some of this authentic merchandise from there. T-shirts, dresses, cream, beads, jewelries, and so many other things over there. And to say be our color of the shirt our pa go ahead and shop. When you finish now, there is a comment box view wait me a color of t-shirts now open Sister Sage you better contact. Your phone number is optional. No pan I did share home pen so I won't find share home, but email there is a must. Send a bay I will wait me a contact now. One new edding from about order no to say a color of shirts now open will be one more color of shirts now. Maybe a old true blue, no, a cultural different color. I drink into Sister Sage Ansana obey order no or contact every time. And no casa and make sure say color or pen no and sana or send bro. The customer service no am fantabulous. Thank you, Sister Sage. So Sage Food and go to sageshare.com and then to buy some of these t-shirts, different colors. For me, as I'm spoiled in some ways because of my size. I can wear, excuse me, I can wear my own t-shirts. I can wear um my son's Nana Kwesi's t-shirt. I can wear Case t-shirt. So like anything, everything I can put myself in it. The only one t-shirt I cannot wear is mommy because she's skinnier than all of us, right? So that's what it is. Raymond's shirt, I can wear that too. Into the like go to sageshare.com, and then to get some of this authentic merchandise. If you don't see the color of the shirt that you like, she has a comment box. You can put the color of shirt that you like. You need to provide your email. Like once you go into her website, everything is like, that it will walk you through. It's easy for you to order. And then your email is a must. Your phone number is optional. So she will contact you through your email if you don't provide your phone number. If you provide your phone number, she'll call you through your phone number. But she normally texts me first, before she calls me. Her customer service is on point. I just love the way that she goes about everything, how she interacts with her customers, and then when the package is sent, she will send in messages, information, track the package. She will send me the information for me to track that. I don't pay attention because I know it's going to arrive, but she will track it. The day that it will be delivered to my house, she will text me and say it's coming today. And I'll be like, okay, thank you. And within a couple minutes or hours, it will come through. I will text her to let her know I have received it because she's taking the initiative to to track the package. That's a lot of work. The fact that she's taking all that steps, even though she had given me the information to do it on my own, she's still doing it. She doesn't have to, but she's doing it because she want to make sure that the packages get to her customers as needed. So for Canadians, since the pandemic, she's working on it. I'm not sure what's going on, like with sending packages and stuff like that. So once things work itself out, she should be able to have you guys also be able to order some of these beautiful t-shirts. And if you want the dresses, the traditional dresses, one size fits all, that will be great. And then we have Antia's, Antia's book corner. She's going to resume her live video on the 22nd of this month. Yay! Next, that will be next Saturday, a week from tomorrow. She's going to be live at 10 a.m., which will be 12 p.m. in US Eastern Time. So, Sister Rami, you and I at 12 p.m., we need to go live and support Sister Yatobra. For sure, we need to go support her. So, you guys follow her on Facebook and, YouTube, subscribe her page for her. That would be awesome. Boss Lady, okay. That hashtag that about Rasta in Fire Drive time on weekdays from 4 p.m. at Fire Life Radio. See Oja Dema Kasakona boss right o pan and the lipstick in hey Charlie no be small thing. No be small thing, like UK time 4 p.m. I feel so yɛn ankasa yɛn nua baa ɔbaa pa ɔsan wɔ nimdeɛ ka ho. She has the X factor, Sister Aisha Ankra, for healthy living, juice plus natural supplements. So wohia bi a contact Sister Aisha Ankra. Afei nso Avon products wowɔ UK now. So order your Avon from her customer service, the way that Sister Aisha is one of the kind. She has so much favor. Nti no mommy and support to Sister Aisha. And so I feel so mommy trip one akra was san kofa see chi kasa no. They said on Saturdays at 3 p.m., which will be 10 a.m. US Eastern Time. Mm-hmm. Fire Life Radio na ya support no kama. I think yes, sister. I Sister Obapa Abby Russell, no so known with her 100% natural health and beauty advocate. DM her for more information because she does other things that most of you going to love it. Um, Sister Awomreku, lunchtime talk, um, like this morning was like fire. Like it was incredible. Let's go and support her on Friday, every Friday morning, 8 a.m. US time. I believe. Oh, oh, okay. Impemu komodie beba so enenumre fire. I'll be dead, doctor said. And supporting sister Awomrekwa, you know, um, at lunchtime talk every Friday morning. You guys going to be seeing her more often. She just hit her 10,000 followers, and I am so happy for her. Congratulations to her. But they say, like most of the time, you have people follow you and they don't want your program or share it. I don't know why. A lot of people don't want to learn one things. I mean, today I enjoy it because I have Sister Yatubra and Sister Rami come on, to talk and just have fun, and at the same time, learning. Pastor Esther Arthur, she does live program on Wednesdays, around midday. Sometimes she comes in the morning. Other days early or in the evening to do prayers, to do some reading and talk about life stuff. I think so. Our sister Obapa Mamle Yoko Godwin, so she Epa Worldwide YouTube about parental alienation. We need to support her. We have Sister Bako Angel. Angela Naban, Sister Dachi Hima, who is my boss. If you have some questions, filling us, she also does, the juice plus, the more the merrier. Sister Civic, her boutique merchandise also. So you guys can support. I mean, when you have people from your home, doing businesses. We need to promote them. We need to support them. Abrofo dear Yankee in the car park or Basagana that we don't want to support them because then is never going to be someone else, which is like really bad. Anything you move a brain ushra odofwa ushra obi ananso. When you bless people, you also get your blessing in many ways. Because the nipa ne de n'ano bɛka no ɛyɛ nhyira ma wo. Ɛyɛ ma yɛmmɔ wo din pa. Afei nso no Saturdays 3 p.m. Sofo Samuel Koto and myself, we come live for marriage lessons. Yes, that's what our program is. But we don't only talk about marriages. We talk about many things. We go around all around in general. Last week, there was some couples who brought um, their problem, situation, and tomorrow afternoon, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, it's another couple who has brought their um, situation that we come in to talk about. So you guys should not miss it. Come and share your views, your opinion, and also if you have some advice for the couples, how they can go about it. Because sometimes there are some situations that They may not have all the answers. Seeing a counselor or like a therapist is not an option for them. They would rather have it the other way around. So when we come, we're just going to do our best ability. Not to. We're not here to dissolve anybody's marriage. We're not here to you know cause pain or anything. We just love for people to learn coping skills that will help them be able to learn to solve their own problems. Also, some of us thinking outside the box or getting outside the box, our comfort zone, and doing other things that we normally would not um, be able to have uh, the opportunity to do it on our own. Sometimes, when you have different aspect, this different perspective, you are able to kind of broaden your thinking. It's good to broaden your thinking, you become wiser and wiser. So we always come here to learn. And that's something that I just love doing. I enjoy I enjoy coming. Like today I think I'm going to do maybe 3 hours, half an hour, and then I'll be off. Let me see. I would normally go off now, but I'm doing okay. Sister Aisha. Oh, Sister Aisha Ankara, you share like, I was like really intrigued because you share Mark 10:27, right? Regarding with God all things are possible, right? But for me, I didn't even realize, you just brought my attention to something. I didn't realize, some of the scriptures they have like different quotes, of the same scripture. I didn't realize it, but today when you shared that, because when I said that, I was thinking about Matthew 19:26. I didn't even realize that there's a Mark 10:27. Holy shoot. So okay. Okay. So okay. Hmm. Jesus looked at them and said, with men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible. I didn't realize that. So thank you for sharing that. This Aishanka said, thank you all, and we appreciate you, Sister Love. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you very much. Like, you do have the X factor. I'm still waiting for my t-shirt. From who? You want free t-shirt, or I thought you were going to order it. You order it and you waiting for it, Brother Natty? Hey, Brother Natty does it. Now you sharing your email here. Do you mean to share it here, or like you were providing it for sister? Now you're gonna have some ladies sending you some messages. So delete it quick, boss lady. You are so very well. Brother Natty does it. Delete it quick. Hey, assembly brother Natty does it with the assembly book. I put from pond the assembly book. Nkɔfa asɛm aba woda hɔnom anadwo a na nkurɔfoɔ bi tɛsetɛse wo ayi bi a wompɛ sɛ wobɛhu afei na wode asɛm wobɛma ho deɛ sɛ medeɛ meka wo na ade bɛto hɔ ɛnyam na mede too hɔnom ɛnyam yɛ adwoa na mede too hɔnom nti no okay, so as I said, going back from the beginning, transition is never easy, and truly, it really sucks, right? It sucks when we need to make changes in life, but life is all about changes, because we always as the year comes, we go through changes, right? Even to move from one place to another, no, when you are enjoying what you are doing, or where you are, no, is going through transitions, changes, right? Um, I mean, we all have a choice where to work, right? Which job offer you should take. If you don't have any options, sometimes when you don't have an option, you just have to take whatever is available for you. That's choice. That that's part of transition. So our circle of friends, you go through some transition with our circle of friends. Oh, you are most welcome, Sister Sage. And then the people we choose to date and practice, that's another transition that we go through. As we go, we make choices. We change. You change your status, right? From single to dating, right? And then from dating to having engagement, a fiance, right? And then getting married or not getting married, and stuff. And then having children. That's another transition. Sometimes, Sandra, I can't hear you. Your voice is low. How? Hold on. Oh, this one. Can you hear me now? You can hear me now, right? Is it okay now? So, like, when where we choose to work, our circle of friends, people we choose to date, or the person we choose to date. Uh, when we okay, sorry, I think I just pushed down the volume by accident, and then making a decision to get married, and then when to start having family, having children. All that is through transition. We go through it, but it's not easy. But sometimes you may think that you are prepared to have children, but once the first child comes, you know, um, you might, spend more than you're supposed to, because I did that. When I have my 13-year-old, I went to the store and I was buying every cute boys' clothes that I can find. And I didn't even have the mentality to call my mom and ask my mom, okay, mom, what sizes should I buy? I was buying the same freaking sizes. Oh my gosh. So he was growing out of them. And the receipts, I wasn't saving them. So returning them back was until I spoke to my mom, and she was like, no, you have to buy different sizes and bigger sizes, because babies, they grow really fast. So, like, don't think that they. Nana Percy, I'm going to ask you to turn that off or turn it down, because if I hear it one last time, I'm completely going to ask you to turn it off, right? You hear me doing program, right? Yeah. Is it a reason why you keep bringing the volume up and down? You can't hear before? Yeah. Okay, so keep it at the level where it's not disrupting my program, okay? Thank you very much. Okay, so I spoke to my mom, and she was like, no, you have to buy different sizes. You can't be buying the same size, because they're gonna grow out of it within 2 weeks to less than a month. And she was right. So that's when I started shopping smart. I needed my mom's wisdom, to help me with that. I didn't even think about it, because I was so like stuck up with him being a baby. If it wasn't for my mom. But I did, crank up a lot of bills, in the beginning, because I didn't do smart shopping at all in the beginning. It took my mom having a conversation with me for me to like open up and letting her know what's happening. And she let me know. She was like, no, you can't do that. You're wasting money. So I was like, okay. But in many cases, one cannot, when it comes to certain things, at times we expecting people to kind of come and speak for us. Because if I'm going through some type of, situations, struggles, difficulties, um, or transition, and transition could be, at times also you may have someone, who be ill, will be ill, will be sick. And when they get better, some people, they might have minor stroke, major stroke, or heart attack, or like, they might have any type of, chronic sickness. And from point A to point B, they're going to have to transition, because if they go through that, they have to restart over again, or, get themselves better. So you have to go through transition. Some people will need to go see a shrink, a therapist, a counselor, whichever way that you call it, in order for them to get back to their feet, right? And it's not easy. It's never easy, to move from point one to point two, or from point A to point B. Like, it's nothing good is ever easy. So we need to recognize that when people go through situations, they cannot simply get over it and move on. Some people may need days, some people may need hours, some people may need days, some people weeks, some people months, and some people years. We cannot try to speak for other people or express other people's thinking, because you're not in nobody's head. You can observe someone and make your own conclusion, or assume, or like, share your opinion of something that you have knowledge of. But I know Brother Nati does it, we talk, we make fun of each other, we laugh at each other, we laugh with each other, we advise each other, we check on each other, and so many other things. But Brother Nati does it cannot sincerely say that he knows what I'm thinking, because he doesn't. When it comes to me talking about sex, he has knowledge about, sex. So he will be able to share some of the common thread of some of the things that I'm talking about. He will know, right? Because he's familiar with that. But someone who is a virgin will not be able to, or that has not read anything regarding, having sexual activities, would not be able to do that. But at the same time, he wouldn't know what I'm going to say after I say this. So, in many cases, one cannot express about other people's mental state, right, of health, but can share his or her opinions based on what he or she has observed of the person, or know how the person is, from their level of experience, right? Their level of understanding, and or emotional intelligence, right? Because some of us, we make our own conclusion without even having proof, or like, really, some of us may not make sense, but to them, to us, it makes sense to us, from where we're making the point from, uh, what we observe. Because a crime can be committed right in front of us, 10 people, and each one of us may have different description. Does that mean that we are wrong? No. We might all be wrong at some point, but everybody watching me knows I'm wearing yellow shirt, right? So it's like, that's something that I cannot discount. I am wearing yellow shirt, but like, somebody may say, "Oh no, the one that I saw, she wasn't wearing a yellow shirt. She was wearing a green shirt." You'd be like, "Oh, then you were not watching the live today, because today she was wearing a yellow shirt." Stuff like that. Some of us tend to seek negative attention, right? Continuously, because that is all they know. they do not know nothing else and have a very difficult time, changing their ways because it's easier for them to transition due to the complexity of love, right? Complexity of their lives. They do not want to like change anything. They are so used to being what they are, so they don't want to change. That will be people with closed mindset. What they know is what they want to produce. They do not, and if you don't have much, you will not be able to produce something beneficial. Most of the time, it's for their selfish need, it's not for the other person. People with closed mindset, they tend to be more selfish than any other human being. Um, people with people who normally would say, I was never raised like that, you know um this is all I know. So that's their way of telling you, I'm not ready to transition, I'm not ready to change my ways. My way is it. There's no way. Like some people are just pure ignorant or arrogant. They just don't want to listen to other people. There are some transitions that goes um within, with some couples. Some of them are like in relationship dating, some of them are married. But when a husband or a wife wants to have a successful consistency, assurance, discipline, um, marital life, with transparency, honesty, and so many other coping skills that will, like, really benefit both of you. A husband needs to be able to learn to listen, active listening, in contrast to effective communication. Because you do have some husbands, who does not listen to their wives. They are more inclined to listen to people from outside, their siblings, their parents. They don't listen to their children. They listen, they don't listen to their partner. They will listen to anybody, everybody, with the exception of their wives, because they think that they are the smartest of all. When they say what it is, or if they make up their mind, they don't have to discuss anything with their partner, their wives. And there are some women, there are some wives that they're the same way. They don't want to listen to their husbands, but they will listen to their best friends. Girls talk. They will tell their girlfriends every little thing, details to the T, but they will not have that any type of discussion with their husband. Even if they say something to their husband, and their husband, give them advice, they don't have respect for them. They don't have value for them. They think that they are smarter than their partner. It's both genders. And then they go and do their own thing. But then when they go outside their marital home, or outside their marital um, situation, and listen to other people and do things, and then it just does not go well. They come back and put their unsuccessful whatever decision that they made on for their partner to deal with it. Why? Why must I be the one to deal with something that you did not discuss with me? Because if you didn't discuss with me and it didn't go well, why should I listen to your shit? I shouldn't. Because you made the decision without me. You did not listen to me. It is a we a bema no worry, bema worry for winning with you in komo. Why will make you mind because it's as our real no with him. We did can't some cry womb, we won't just say won't find we did as some when you was some. Now won't con out where the obey baby enough for the boat is what. Now for the we didn't any money. So we a or you not a woo can't some etchero, Yansa some chero. Now won't see a woo now bet you will now for ano. Now the acquire new obey and then your man quia. I didn't answer wuku enya emre esen emre e wo ho because say we ye sutie ni e na wo dwin kwa akire we ye badin ba because enya bibia e na ye say ukoye enuoma bi wo ho no ma oba worry for be ma worry for you can do it on your own as long as it's not going to affect your partner. But things that will affect your partner, it's always important for you to discuss with your partner. Sister Rami, what's up?
Yes, it's a missing. We know the program.
Okay, Mate, and 2 days transfer because me be close. Sister, see, I know a bumpire. Ain't you know to say?
Comments we have some person because
Mate, me that say, Mate. Ain't you know to say? I worry for. We always going through transition, you know, and it's never easy. There's going to be days and some decisions that we make now. Our partner may not be with us 100%, but we need to be able to like compromise with one another and listen to the person you laying in bed with, right? The person you having sex with, the person you producing children with. You are not inclined to listen to that person, but you will listen to some family members and friends, and you don't listen to the person that hey everybody ebi mu so aya no mpom ho asem o because medwin ho a mente ase nipa na woni no eye bibia woni nipa no na da mpa baako so woni nipa no na awo woni ni na chese na ni oni nipa ni tifie ho no ye den se wo ka asem na wuntie a because you making decisions, right, to make transition. And then this transition, so we kona anko ya mawa. And ye me metna honom na complain no. E mesu nwu ho ka for so. Because who make a decision, no, you didn't discuss that with your partner. It is what now anko ya. Why should you come and cause wahala for your partner? I am in tears. Me say sometimes obi timi kan sama me gina ho no ma menya I'm not a violent person. I am, but sometimes obi kan sama I am person me born asum bi sa no. I'm Paul Rami because it is na wa sama wo kan kire me say wo your bema now no yirete na wo mu wo yire kan sama wo ntie ba betie amansan ya no. We your ba ukun kan asem kire wa wuntie ba wadanfo woni ni bokosu atafe wadanfo nso onya ukun obedi no e na woni ni fa adwen na ono nso ma wo adwen fon no afa na akoidi wo nsem hu na se ebu boss a na afa na abetena fie abeka se ene madamfo ide men susu no wen susu no woni ukun dwen hu ansa na wo kwa abonten ene obi fofra akodwen woni wo yire dwen hu Bema wono no otie ne yire asam oba wotie ne kun asam na omu nyina adwen bom na omu bu omu ho omu discipline omu ho they live with values okay sa couples no hwe omu ye sonko eda nipa mu die ntia omu wo awarie mu enti ase they know say answer no omu be free point A to point B no so omu fa sum ya adwen e na omu fa nyansa adwen se omu de bebo omu bra na omu akọ omu anim empempenso because say wo no wo de wo feel say wo nim nyansa because obi a nipa bia wo feel so nim nyansa sin obi a no most of the time no they tend to struggle because nipa hia nipa because e bia wo mu a efri wo ho kafo ho na se wo adwen boni a me feel so omo wa adwen boni me mo wa adwen boni ne me wa adwen boni na omo ni omo yire endwen mo en na omo ni omo kun nwen mo because say we yo obi a wo pe wo yeyem ene wo hu kafu eyeyem a you will think together and put your heads together. 2 heads are better than one. Always. Okay, so we need to focus on ourselves most of the time. And then we work with our partners, teach each other, learn from each other, and then mind our own freaking businesses. We need to mind our business unless it is necessary to speak of things that are unacceptable to put a stop to foolishness, bullying, manipulation, lies, all the psychopath that will be talking about nonsense and foolishness, ignorant people, arrogant, selfish people, greedy people, and so many negativity. Say who your ba and answer be now what our phone who and free our phone because our real emfa won't call heaven. You need to transition, you need to grow because couples there within a year or ba bema e say wo assess wo ho wo ba awarie mu anase relationship aba mu no edien no watimi aya ama wo ne wo ho kafo manya enkoso se bibi unye bibia na unya enkoso a you were bad partner, you not a good partner, you not somebody na obi betimi ni wa bobra akwa ekire because nipa okun anasa wo yire a ono nko anadwen ema ne ho no wonye okunpa anasa wo yire pa because ni ye munti e na owo ote baby a wote enti mumi enhwe nneoma bi mu ye. If you not prepared to be in a relationship or in a marriage to build together now, then get out of it. And nobody, no man or no woman should be receptive to nonsense and foolishness in their relationship and marriages. Because you need to be able to change, transition from point A to point B with or without your partner. And stop the Famenyame saying, why should I give it to God when I know God gave me the brains to think? So we have to do better with that. And we have to do better with that. And we need to talk to each other. Obi ye bibi ne nko yi a yentu nipa nefo. Ade ye kuromufo wa hu sa ade ye da ho ye fita wo se ye tuntum. Aden. Why? Ya se na so wari ukuromu ni ukuromu pete wo wi wona ma bi ka na de ye ukuromu pete wo mutimi wi ye nam abubodom pani nyina mu say ta 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 no ase wo kojo ene ukuromu pete wo wi wona ma bi nka wo ba wi no abubodom pani mu say yi enti mo ma ye ni na ho mo ma ye ni enna ho no mo pa. We need to empower ourselves and then work on ourselves before we work. We try to like help other people because if you are not whole now, you cannot help somebody. If you are incapable of taking care of yourself now, how can you take care of somebody? We have to do better. We have to listen to each other. We have to be able to express ourselves effectively using effective communication, being active listener. Obi na to say sister Rami some ma bon pie because they say mass park and I had a minja because sir oba wukun eka asam che no wenti a waso odin wodo hu be ba akɔhye enuoma bi mu adaachi bi hu be kyerɛw bema oyire ka asam kyerɛw na wamfa anto wa ma na anto wasum na de to wa no na da bia wode woni oyire ensam enenam anasa woni wukun nsam nenam every day wahala. You go have wahala in your relationship, wahala in your marriages every day, every night because one kasa you are your own enemies. You causing your own problem and you want people to fix you and help you. and you're better now what to that kingdom come. Because you say who creating your own mess now, you sit in your own mess. You say when you shit on yourself, you sit in your own shit unless you clean yourself. Until Manuel, sister Rami.
Yeah, sister, somehow can I am only one thing makes me actually okay about married me worried that but my baby I say
no correct.
Especially my study in the past. Even let's say almost only sexual life.
Pastor
the way I TV or bar no can actually also me could me or start saying or hear me say na obabi or your mother be on me a before. And we are so 40. I'm paying so your mother one man. Some of it say brother say come on super so so be for kwa biswa dada be man so sama ama just be for kwa biswa ma o de be man akonda because your man be more ya bun some form to say our rent him it's big the point me no can me no ya be say dia obi ma warrior also when it comes to maybe now I will say here between the two of you
no correct.
Don't tell your friends.
Nasa we see who kwede. We see who kwede into your best have said that.
Yeah, if from all down and I'm one Adam big girl be. And I'm a boyfriend be a boy now give me palm and it's me with the committee they maybe sick is
no correct.
Yeah, I'm going catch them aside. If me are not or French, you know, my boyfriend not your or then I'm so or then I have sex.
You see.
Thank you, brother. It's not only marriage, some relationship. Relationship also be money doni bibiana. Keep his money between the two of you. And my money be so come. Almost so yeah, me. Kono mako catch woman for me so. Get away. Jammy dini pa. Not say na get away crown. Say. And my money be so come. So it's like both genders. And yes.
Oh yeah. I mean, it goes either way. I mean, yes, yeah, man. Omunya hu kronkron ene yemma ni binya kronkron ne yemma ni binya kronkron. One thing I respect my father ne say me papa ne ma no one ya onko hu wo baby ene obi emma say me papa ba no. I respect my father for that. I kid you not.
Me papa wa 16 kids ni yeah, maybe means I know so can I say yeah, me make the to be free Ghana because I shall not put it in your bema.
Oh, I answer more.
Yeah, I'm a minimum year, dear many many papa side that you grew up together, then I mean 16 kids. Now me papa of different kids, but many papa side no. That year only 2 boys and 3 girls. This happened in UK. And about no UK so far no about. And I mean, your boy back. Now, boys near to Baba free. Check out one boy. We need one picture on Facebook. I hear 3 girls and 1 boy.
Oh, I will check it.
Yeah, maybe me refer I block me. The best thing you blocking me.
Oh my gosh.
Me, my papa side, they 3 girls and 1 boy. Yeah, not 2 boys Baba free.
Oh.
2011. Yeah, free. You know. Coming your boy back on 3 girls.
Oh.
Last one.
Yeah, 5 for Baba Kufrim a ma for Baba Kufrim.
Oh. Arabo. But you know, I'm a vampire, but before I'm a vampire, who knew? Now I knew where I come up from but I bet to make it where and I'm the vampire.
Mimi about me part.
Yeah, I kiss baby, but we need worse now about the crime kind of pen and bet to that. Mate, I say, Ma one anyone Sawa Ratia Wabua me how Chichiri mirror. Okay.
Yeah.
Ma one anyone Risa Wabua me how Chichiri mirror. They say, Ma one anyone. Every sound I me how. I was then you went on telling mommy to power, you know. Your mom pie, why? So me rap, me that was sick. Me you are me call me come for me shadow dingo quanimo yam. Would it Jesus Christ my your butt to be in our brass the papa, your how yeah that was sick. So a boy who buy a mafi a call back to ye. Yeah, that's what thing come again. I yanko pon as then you know I won't stem. Yeah, that was the one ya my ye. Dia can you not a show to me rap. Me do be all for me be a show to me rap will be young, but you'll be adding the subject can be any sure. The attack for be Jesus Christ didn't come in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. I pray, Father, Lord, protect everyone and each other over here in this platform. Mom, Kwanya, Hordin, my Usra, Adom, our Batan, Casino, a Bobby Bia, Pine, the Musuni, and Sani, Bia, Jesus Christ, being a body now, so become in the mighty name of Jesus Christ that I pray. Father, Lord, this are Joanna, a Busian, and a Mashonsa, this are Libishan, a Busia Shonsa, Boss Lady, a Busia Shonsa, Midiobi Bia Shonsa, Minyakupo, my Kwanya, Hordin, and one another Christmas, Bia Ebam, in your name, Jesus Christ, that I mentioned that every knee shall bow. Thank you so much, God, for listening to my prayers. In your name, Jesus Christ, that I bless. Amen.
Amen. What a wow, that's very powerful.
Yeah. See, Sadia, it's major. I was saying, mommy, no, I'm me too. And me want to see me team now.
Everything ya do one for your friend, do me quite do. Thank you guys so much.
God bless you, brother Nati. God bless you, brother Ankara. God bless you both. All of you, God bless you. Yamisha Salisha, God bless you, sis. Yamisha Munya Sayatubra.
God bless you.
Boss Lady, God bless you. Anumahuski, God bless you.
And that there's a dog who better on man who muski better on more cake.
Oh, okay. Misha Munya, right. Yakupomo Mumbai, not the beer, even every Christmas.
Amen.
Right.
Amen.
Right. Thank you.
Bye. Let Jan talk one no munya so block.
Try since I go catch a cracker.
You see, a boss lady said, Amen. And thank you, Rami Nana Martin, the blues, baby.
The blues for life.
The blues for life.
Boss lady, greetings. Okay, if you ever can say why?
Martiminia.
Yeah, I catch a boss lady said, mention about met me afraid, but means me comment. Why?
Boss lady said, Rami, I out a honeymoon, ya block.
Yeah, I'm sure about means me enter.
You can't walk. Oh my gosh, Rami. Oh Lord.
Okay, you ever say
Mate.
Yeah, make up Kelly Honum to see later on or no Becca
Mate, much love. Doctor, remember life, you know. I will see you.
Oh, okay, then Why?
I'll send it to you. I have to go to tune in. Amen. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Right. Yeah.
No more my share program nina nara medama sepa nyankopon shram boss lady brother Kwe Asaki crisscross mensa brother Ankra Aquez boss lady sister ya atobra the phone mo amashe nyina ma modin I'm not doing that intentionally because sometimes when you try to mention the names again, you might miss someone, and I don't want anybody feeling left out. So I love you guys all in the same. We just need to be able to be mindful. Say when words are powerful, it can break someone or make someone. And transition is something that is part of life. We go through changes, even when we age. Some people age to become fools. Some people age to become wiser based on our decisions and choices. But when we're going through transition, it's okay for us to struggle. It's okay for us to go through difficulties. It's okay. We just need to be able to have a realistic plan and figure things out. It's like doing something and you fail. Just because you fall down, you're not supposed to stay down there. Get on up, and practice makes us perfect. So next week, actually Sunday I will come and do part 2 of no one is perfect. I'll come and do part 2. I haven't forgotten, guys. I have said that I'll come do the positive aspect of I think is it what's the no partner is perfect. I will come and do part 2 on Sunday. So I'll talk to you guys later. You guys be safe. I love you guys all. One love. Oh, Dr. Joe Kinsley, thank you for sharing the program, because sometimes, when you come and share, you don't come in there. I don't see it. Sister Aisha Ankra, thank you for liking my page. Thank you, guys. Thank you all. And I will talk to you guys. Oh, Sister Sika is live. So let me go and listen to what she has brought in on board. Yeah. Let me go support my sisters. So I see y'all tomorrow with Suffer Some More Koso. Okay, tune in, don't miss it. Love you guys. Bye. Thank you, Saisha. Bye, guys.